Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
If somebody's gonna try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Little kid ears. When I first heard that, I heard not if you stick a lump of coal up his ass in 2 weeks, you have a diamond. When I heard as a kid, I sounded like in Twix, you'd have a diamond. Like, why are there chocolate bars up his ass? As a little kid, I didn't understand. Little kid ears hear things differently.
That's not even the funniest thing you just said.
What?
When you messed up, you said "cum in his ass," and then you started over.
I did?
Yes.
I'm colored. Shut up.
But we're told that we don't like any of this because we're misogynists. We just don't like this stuff because we're women. And the only reason we're unhappy about the Rey movie coming out, because, guys, did you hear the Rey movie was canceled and uncanceled? Did you hear that?
Dre, you heard that too, right?
I did hear it.
Wait,
I did hear it.
What did I do?
You said because we're women.
We hate it because we're women.
Okay. I said it. All right. Yeah, I see. Now Ariel just arrived, and she's going to make sure that I remember that.
Yes, we didn't want it to come out like this, but Adam is in fact trans. He's coming out of the closet. Him and Dermy are in a relationship. It's time.
It's still there.
I didn't say that.
Well, you can still have it, but still identify as a woman.
He's a she. He's a she. He's a she.
I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Who writes someone that's a genius and that everybody is over there sucking her toes, and then you gotta come over here and then say something ridiculous like, "Hey, victimize me, daddy."
We want to enjoy what we're looking at. We don't want sores and fat whores. Liar! No.
Let me be as clear as I can. Ain't no colors in Scandinavia.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to another round table where we sit back and make fun of shit. That's what we do. We make fun of things. We mock, we roast, and we have our favorite target today. It's Disney. Today is all things D23 because it's been a wild 48 hours in terms of what they've announced. We've got trailers, we've got stuff, we've got bits and pieces here and there, and join us. Listen, I say it in the title. We're going to go over the winners and losers. I personally do not think there are any winners in this. It's majority losers. It's going to be bad. But before we do that, let's say hi to everybody and get started. Hi, Jed. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I haven't seen everything out of D23, but I expect I'll agree with you where there's no winners coming out of it. But who knows? We are surprised from time to time here on this show, and we do admit when we're wrong. There can be a diamond in the rough occasionally, and Deadpool definitely has achieved that in the recent month. But I'm excited to see all this nonsense from D23 that I haven't yet, because what I did see was truly horrendous. So I don't know if it can get much worse.
And where we may have to say possible winners is last night they announced a bunch of theme park stuff last night. And some of that may be winning. I personally think it looks really lame. But I'm not a pure theme park person. I don't want to say I've aged out of it, but I did Disney theme parks when I was a kid. I got the real experience when it was truly the most magical place on earth. And now it's the corporatized horrible thing that it is. Where you didn't have to reserve your place in line, you didn't have to schedule your time in the park. So I have a different perspective on theme parks. But so some of the stuff may look good, some of it won't. But we'll see. That'll probably that'll be the tail end. So those we might find some winners in there. I mean, Dre, do you think there's going to be winners today?
There'll be some consolation prizes, I think, at best. Consolation prizes.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've had a wild week, but I'm doing good. I got a little bit of energy looking at D23 and seeing a couple things that was revealed. So I had a little energy. Had to recharge the batteries this weekend a bit. So I'm just getting back in town today. But I'm feeling good today. But D23, as you always say, Adam, the internet always provides. So
yeah, I mean, it was a rough week for those of us who do pop culture as our primary focus. It was a rough week because you either did internet drama or you did politics.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was about it. Yeah,
that was it. There was nothing to review, and nothing for me to review, and so it was like we're just scraping and clawing. I mean, I'm hanging on for another 2 weeks, and then we get Rings of Power. Then everything's fine. Everything's fine. Then we'll be cringed to the max. I mean, Dragon Lady, you're not going to suffer Rings of Power, are you?
No, I'm not. Just recovering from a cold that decided to creep on me during the last half hour of last week's show. So just as well in when we did. I'm a lot better than I was this time last week. So it sounded a bit off. I do apologize.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you listen. If you need to step away and take care of yourself, that's perfectly fine. Health matters. Health matters. Yeah. But my mental health doesn't matter because you guys like it when I lose my shit. Just like yesterday, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do the Skeleton Crew trailer. I'm probably not gonna lose my mind," and I lost my mind. Because it was just all kinds of retarded. We'll get there. So, but before we get there, hail and howdy to the chat. Hail everybody who's here to join us on this busy Sunday afternoon. As always, we are pleased as punch to have you with us. Hail both Algrim the Strong and Legatus Legionist, my mods here to keep the peace and pointedly remark when I'm a boomer because that's what they have to do. Hail blind conservative women. Listen, we will of course talk Snow White, but I am very hesitant to do anything leaked whatsoever because I can't put the channel at risk. It's that simple. Trailers are fine because that's officially released, especially when they put the actual thing out. But outside of images, we can do images. But anything leaked with audio and video, it's a dicey situation. They specifically try to keep that shit from coming out, but there's always leaks. They don't like that. So Disney would possibly DMCA strike me for that shit. So we will of course talk about Rachel Zegler in Snow White live action. That is a very large target on our list, but I don't know if we can listen to anything that is a leak because it just puts the channel in danger. It's that simple kind of thing. You have to understand how to play the YouTube game, and that is part of the game. Going on the list, who else is here? Hail Jay Fraser 36. How are you? Hail to you, Ruben X. Hail Frank Laskowitz. Hi, you guys are doing. Huzzah, the son of Joxer. Hail Dark Winter. Best wishes right back to you. And hail and howdy to anybody else just watching and not chatting. We are always happy to have you here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the links in the channel description below. I can use my words, I swear to God. And let's get started. Okay, we must, of course, now first acknowledge once again that we were wrong about something. We've already said we were right, but now it has done it, and it's our good lead-in to what we're going to talk about because Deadpool and Wolverine crossed the $1 billion mark today. It was 9:40 when I went to bed, and I thought, okay, we got to wait for those Sunday numbers. And as I expected, it was the international that carried it over to the $1 billion because while the box office for this weekend, $54 million is still good. It still dropped basically $40 million from last week. So it was the international that carried it, but it did it. It did it. $1 billion. Now, does it have much more legs than that? What do you guys think? I don't think it goes much higher than maybe 1.1. I don't think it has that much.
I was thinking this will probably go to 1.2, and I think that's more than enough to justify its existence. I don't think it needs to break any more hurdles at this point. I think it's done exactly what it needed to do. Excuse me, it's gone above and beyond the Call of Duty. Let me do that. It is overperformed, which it doesn't even need to make another dime. Quite frankly, it's done what it needs to do.
Yeah. And I mean, Jed, this is a success. There's no denying it. We can admit when Disney gets a win. We can admit that.
It's unequivocal that they made a lot of bank with this film. I was definitely the most cautious when it came to our box office predictions leading up to this movie. So I'm definitely the most wrong when it came to this. So I think 1.2 is pretty fair. I'm trying to be a little bit more optimistic with this one, but there is still the rated R cap. So I don't think we can quite get to No Way Home numbers still. I still don't think we can quite make it there. But what Dre said was absolutely true. This is an astonishing win for Disney right now, especially with it being a rated R film, beating out Passion of the Christ domestically, which there were a bunch of jokes about that in Deadpool too. So he finally did that. And yeah, there's no more benchmarks that they really need to do. They've really done everything that they could have possibly dreamed of setting out to do, breaking records. So I think they're very happy with this movie, and they should be.
Yeah, I mean, they made the money. And I mean, Dragon Lady, I think out of all of us here, you are the biggest Fox Universe fan out of all of us.
Yes, I am. And I've got a lot of respect for what Fox did try to do with Marvel. And I think Fox's X-Men films, technically speaking, have probably been more successful financially than the Avengers films, or the MCU films, to the best of my knowledge, and better received in most cases. Sorry, this cough's in the way. But yeah, I think most people I know have gone to see it and enjoyed it. My driving instructor is trying to get to see it at some point this week. He's really looking forward to it. So,
and
yeah.
I think that's the bottom line of it. The people who are, I think, the most enthused of this were the Fox Universe fans. And at the same time, this is a Fox Universe movie. It's not an MCU movie.
Absolutely.
And we've said that multiple times now. Whenever the MCU appears in this movie, that's when it's at its worst. And it doesn't ruin it, doesn't break it, but you're going like this, TVA, really? And that's something that must be brought up. This is winning because it's a Fox Marvel Universe movie. That's why this movie won. It didn't win because it's MCU. It's MCU ties dragged it down, but I don't think Disney realizes that, because let me see. Let me check real quick if I have it. I think I bookmarked it. I might, or no, I didn't. I didn't bookmark it, but it is on my Twitter. So let me bring it up real quick. Right before D23 started on Thursday night, they were showing off what parts of the venue were going to look like, and here it is right here. Here, I'm bring it up. I got it right here. Zoom in. No audio. Don't need freaking miss minutes. God damn.
I'm
right
glad
here.
she wasn't in Deadpool.
Oh,
She's
yeah, thank God.
Cringe.
But here it is anyway. This is part of the experience at D23. That shows me they didn't learn any lessons going out of it. You're going to talk about stuff like this, and you're going to have people walk through the TVA, which is hated by everybody. Nobody likes a TVA.
They tolerate it at best.
Yeah. So their lessons were not learned. And I think going into this, we're going to look at all this stuff. We can stop this here. We don't need any more.
Well, speaking of lessons learned, do you believe the reports that Kevin Feige has cleaned house of activists? That's been going around for a couple weeks now.
I don't buy that for one paltry second.
I mean,
neither do I. That's not a lesson he can learn. We
like Chris Gore. We all like Chris Gore.
Yeah, Chris Gore. Yeah.
Part of what he does is rumor gaming. I mean, it's part of what he does. And also because Chris Gore either gives us rumors or he gets early access to shit and he gives us his feelings on stuff. That's what Chris Gore does. And Chris Gore's a genuine dude. I have no problem with him with that. But
I've met him several times. He's a great dude. Love him.
Yeah. But I am like you. I am loath to believe rumors until I get facts to match them up. And I don't think. I think Kevin Feige might have done some cursory cleanup. I mean, I've done some surface level stuff, but just like at Lucasfilm, which we're going to talk about as we get into this today, the cancer runs deep. The horrible culture that exists at Disney and all this stuff, it runs very deep. And a simple firing of a few people, there is no just cleaning house. You have to build up. That's why if anyone ever said when I say, and also there's something about today that came out that throws a monkey wrench in my whole. They're going to sell Lucasfilm because they made an announcement when it came to the theme parks that they're putting an Indiana Jones thing addition into like an adventure park ride now. They're adding everything that throws a monkey wrench in my theory. That's a big old monkey wrench because you're not if they get to it now. They're announcing it. It's years away, but if you build that into something, then on Ballbusters, Beardo brought up a very, very good counter argument to my argument. All these things that are in theme parks, then there's a lot of licensing issues there. So if they put Indiana Jones in there and you sell Lucasfilm, Indiana Jones is part of Lucasfilm.
Well, I actually wouldn't read too much into that because yes, they're investing in it, and that's important to them, of course, putting all that money into an Indiana Jones attraction. But there would be a contract with that which supersedes any selling of the license fees. And Disney and Universal both deal with licensing all the time, so that's not necessarily something that they're worried about. I mean, Universal does not own the rights to Harry Potter, and it's their biggest attraction are the Harry Potter lands. So, and Disney does that as well. There are plenty of things at Disney that are not Disney properties. They wanted Harry Potter, but they turned it down for some god-awful reason. But yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that one way or another. And from what it sounds like, it's not anything major. It's not like they're redoing Splash Mountain into...
Which doesn't work. Which doesn't work. But yes, and
this is minor.
That's an excellent point. It's an announcement. We don't know if it'll ever come to pass. I mean, because when we talk about we'll leave that for the theme park. But I've heard the call now. Gee, all this stuff suddenly announced with just a bunch of artwork with Epic Universe right around the corner. Suddenly, all this stuff. But we'll save that when we get there. But but there's a lot of stuff announced, and by these announcements, as we're going to go through them now, because I'm just going to bring up IGN right here, and we're just going to go down the list. We are just going to go down the list and we're going to talk. And if there's a trailer we're going to watch, we will watch the trailer. We will comment. If there's extra footage we can get into, we'll comment on that. So Friday night was the big announcement night where they were here's everything, here's every branch, and here are all the big projects. So they're keeping going with their live action stuff. We saw they announced, let me zoom in a little bit more here. They announced the Mufasa. They give us more. Oh, God damn it. What are you doing to me? There we go. They announced more Mufasa. I watched the trailer. We don't have to watch that trailer.
No.
It's
I don't think anyone gives a shit about it. Yes, the live action Lion King from a few years ago did make money. It cost $1 billion.
Yeah.
But there's no one talking about it. Like, I've never met a single person who went to the movie and enjoyed it for some reason, buying physical copies, getting excited for the prequel. I don't think anyone gives a shit about a Mufasa prequel.
Yeah, I mean, and to the point about that Jon Favreau led Lion King live action that they put out, that CGI nightmare, that was still at the height of people buying into all things Disney. That was the peak. It
2019 was a long time ago,
very long time ago, and nobody buys it. So this thing probably cost $250 to make
easily.
Oh, it's got to be higher than that since it's 100% CGI.
Easily $250 million. Easily. That joint's probably pushing to 300 more than like.
I believe you. I believe you. And but without going too much detail, it's about Mufasa and Scar, and Scar has another name. They're not even really brothers. They're not even blood brothers, apparently. It's ridiculous. It's retarded.
They're not actual brothers? I knew he had a real name from the original Disney animated prequel series. Like, he's had a name before.
Okay, see, I only ever watched
it. They were blood brothers as far as I'm aware.
Well, I think they changed it in this.
You know what? Oh, see, here's the problem. Here's the problem.
He's a white lion, so he's bad.
Here's this. Me and my wife, we went to go see Inside Out 2 last week. We went to go see it last week. And they had the trailer for Mufasa in there, right? And one of the narration was that he didn't come from royalty. And then my wife, she tapped me. She was like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, I said, I don't know what's going on. Because literally the whole point of the Lion King is that the kings of the past are the descendants and the circle of life. That's the whole point, is that Mufasa was chosen and not Scar. Like, what are you? Whoever's running this show, fire them all. Fire all of them.
Agreed.
Watch the old movie, and then if you're gonna make a prequel, just make sure it ties in. Saying that he's not royal, just burn it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm calling it. This ain't making no billion. Let's just get that out the way.
Oh,
Let's
no.
get that out the way.
No.
This movie's gonna need $1 billion to break even. Okay, just on the off chance, because I'm pretty sure this movie cost at least 300 mil.
Yeah.
This joint needs $1 billion to break even. So
I agree with you. It's gonna need.
I don't see. There is no clamoring for a Mufasa prequel. So I don't know who came up with the idea. I don't know who these people are, but they need help. They need help immediately. Who is anybody? Chat. Does anybody want to see a Mufasa prequel? Anybody?
No. Not without James Earl Jones voicing Mufasa.
Hello, now we're talking.
And he's retired.
Yeah,
exactly.
James Earl Jones is retired, and man's over 90. His voice is not what it was, so he can't do this, and he can't do it. He's done. He's out.
Disney just needs to let him rest.
Yeah,
let the man retire.
They bought the rights to his voice for Darth Vader, so they have AI.
Weird.
They have AI James Earl Jones for future stuff as they try as they'll try and milk that for all it's worth. But this. All right. So loser, Mufasa, loser, not a winner, loser. Let's keep going.
Not.
All right. So let's keep going. Next on the list. All right. I'll make special tabs for this now. So Tron Ares. All right. Listen. I like the original Tron, old school original Tron. That's a great movie. I didn't waste my time with Tron Legacy because I hate most of the people in the movie.
Okay, that movie sucks, but that soundtrack was banging.
The
effects were good, except for the de-aging. That's what I'll give.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I've seen that. That looked atrocious. No, here's the thing. So they announced this. So, Trace, to bring up the soundtrack, the announcement for Ares, 9 Inch Nails is the soundtrack for the entire movie.
That's
why
interesting.
When 9 Inch Nails is relevant?
Pick 9 Inch Nails.
I mean, what?
Okay.
How did they get the rights to this? It wasn't originally a Disney product, was it?
Yes.
It's always been Disney.
It's always been Disney.
Okay. Yeah. It was always Disney.
Well, you don't need to look any farther than your favorite person, Suggs' description, his Instagram bio, where he says this is one of his favorite franchises. Yeah. Tron Legacy is one of his favorite movies.
Who is that? I don't know that person anymore. I don't have to deal with them at all anymore. I don't even think about.
That's your best friend, your future boyfriend.
Oh God, why would you do that to me? God, I'd rather have Dermy as my boyfriend than that.
Oh God.
Well, I mean,
at least wish for.
At least I could run away from Dermy, because he's fat.
Suggs doesn't look skinny.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, Suggs is into the fat. His wife is fat. Listen. Dermy ate a ton of donuts on Friday night, and he lost to a girl.
I like where this is going.
He lost to a girl in an eating contest.
I wonder if that has to do with the donuts they picked, because those things are dry as hell.
Yeah, but
those are hard to pack away.
Still, Dermy lost. And we're gonna mind that. Anyway, but that's separate topic. So, but here we go. Tron Legacy. I'm Tron Ares. Now, apparently, Jared Leto is Ares in this. I don't know the context of the story, but talk about way too late. Because even though we don't like it, a lot of people did like Tron Legacy. A lot of people liked it. I think.
Yeah. It still was a long time ago. I don't think it's relevant anymore. What was it? 2006, I think, was Legacy?
Something like that. It's a long ass time ago. I mean, somebody look it up real quick. When this is the problem.
I feel like that was 09. I'm gonna look. I feel like it was 09.
But there's the problem, and we're gonna see this repeated throughout our list here. They are
2010.
Hey, close enough. That's still a decade. It's still over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And a lot of the franchises they're going to roll out in these announcements, they're ancient. They got dust on them. They got crud on them. You got to get the power hose to wash this shit off.
Well, because they don't have anything that's making money currently. So this is the last act of desperation. They've already dusted off their successful franchises from the past. We've already seen, the actual Lion King, their many remakes, their other franchises brought back. Now they're going to their B, C tier of semi-successful stuff from the past. This is major desperation, if I'm honest. I mean, they have invested a lot of money in Tron. The Tron ride at Disney is insane. That cost them a godless amount of money. It's shit though, and they don't have
Wasn't it
lines
broken
for
for a long time too?
Yeah, it was
Like
broken for a
everything
long
else?
time from what I heard,
Yeah.
but they also don't have traditional lines. You can't wait in line for Tron. You have to do the digital or like the
I've heard
virtual
that
queue
described.
only.
I've heard that described. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. So Tron Legacy, loser. And because this movie is also gonna be CGI heavy.
Oh
Because,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, they're bringing back Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges, who honestly, right now, Jeff Bridges doesn't have good mojo surrounding him when he comes out. White boys for Kamala. So I mean,
boy.
they have.
He's not really relevant anymore.
And he's not relevant. I mean, listen, he beat cancer. Good for Jeff Bridges beating
Absolutely.
cancer. But I mean, this movie is not relevant. It's not interesting. 9 Inch Nails, they're not relevant.
That's crazy.
Jared Leto's a joke in the industry.
And
Honestly,
he's a walking meme. Jared Leto's a walking meme. So this is what you announce. Loser.
loser.
Oh yeah, I don't see how this gets off the ground.
Yeah.
Tron is not a major franchise by any means. It was niche when it first came out. Tron Legacy was niche, but got over because Daft Punk might have put together the greatest musical soundtrack for a film of all time. That's about it, because that movie was trash. Trash.
Well, they made Tron a bad guy in it, sort of.
Yeah, they made. Oh my God, that's right. They made him. Oh God,
a faceless drone bad guy. He's like,
so
I have mind
stupid.
controlled Tron.
That's so
Tron
wrong,
wasn't even in
dude.
the movie.
I mean, yeah, here's the thing. These movies are called Tron, and Tron's not in the goddamn movie.
He's not even in the movie.
And in the
I don't know
original,
where it fits in the timeline because he died in Legacy, right? Sort of.
Kind of.
I mean,
Who knows? And but remember at the end they reset it or something, or
I need to rewatch that movie.
Oh, that movie's bad.
Original Tron, Bruce Boxleitner, he's my boy in that.
Yep.
Kicks ass, and it's a great movie. It's a fun movie. It still holds up, even though you think about it in terms of computers and stuff like that. Maybe not, but it's a great movie. It has a good cast.
Yeah, and good CGI for the era. I mean, it
Yeah.
was
absolutely.
foundational to a lot of the industry.
It's
Absolutely.
nostalgic for me when I say this because it's that's my
Agreed.
childhood. I mean, and it was
Agreed.
cool at the time, and
And I think
I really
Legacy-
do like the cast. I really like the cast back in the day.
yeah, like Legacy had good animation, and I think Olivia Wilde was the
I hate
Olivia
her
Wilde?
so much.
Olivia
she
Wilde.
had-
Like I think she's a terrible actress, but I think she's hot. So
Yeah, but she is a Marxist lunatic, and I can't
Oh, yeah.
stand her.
insane, but she's hot.
Well, listen,
The bike scenes were really good though. I do enjoy watching the neon bike race or whatever from Legacy.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, it had some decent moments of just don't listen to anyone speak and just look at the pretty pictures.
mm,
The visuals were stunning, and, I think
And
they
don't
still
cut
hold
the
up.
Clue. We don't want to see Clue. He looked terrible.
That was so
But-
weird.
Jared Leto. I mean, again, we don't even know what the space. These areas where it's trying to loser. This is going to be another bomb, and they've already filmed some of it. It's already in production because they showed clips of Jared Leto getting on a bike and shit like that, and as Ares. So loser. Okay,
That's another movie that's going to be 90% CGI, just
Mhm.
people on green screens.
What are the
okay.
budgets for these films going to be? These budgets are going to be astronomical.
This is why I led with Deadpool and Wolverine, and we could throw in Inside Out too, since we've mentioned it. All the money they've made from that stuff, from those two movies, are going to be lost next year. It's going to be as they spend it on all this crap. It's going to be thrown away because somebody might say, "Adam, you can't say that money made now is going to be lost then." No, because they're going to spend that money on these projects, and they're going to fail, all of them. That's why I'm saying that. This money will go right down the tube. But
I
now
think they're going to lose it by the end of the year, honestly, before we even get to this 2025 stuff.
Well, there's nothing left this year.
There's a bunch of TV shows like Agatha.
Oh, that's already baked in. That was already baked in. I mean, that Agatha's been done for like a year. Ironheart's been. We're gonna get there. Dude, that's on the list. You're on the list because now though, our first heavyweight of the day, Snow White, and I guess it is Snow White They're just calling it Snow White. All right, we're gonna stop this because I have the actual high quality version of the trailer up. So
It's Snow White and the Seven Midgets.
no, it's just Snow White. It's not Snow White. It used to be Snow White and the Seven Magical Creatures instead of Snow White and Seven Dwarves.
I've got to give credit to Rachel, my fiance. She made a joke about this movie. Considering Disney's political stance, it would have been very apt to call it Snow White and the Seven Minors.
Wah, wah.
It's a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they showed us this. They gave us our first look. This is coming out in March, and we're gonna bring this down because now we're going to watch the trailer because that it is it must be watched. It must be ridiculed. So let's bring it up. Here we go. So Dragon Lady, you said you sort of saw it.
Yeah, so I saw it earlier and I was like, that woman cannot sing.
No. So has anybody else seen this besides me and Dragon Lady?
I've seen it.
Has seen it,
Like
Dre?
distracted watch.
I just saw a couple clips on Twitter.
Okay, all right. So here's a faceful. Here we go. In my reaction, this sounded like London Bridge is falling down to me. I didn't even sound like Whistle While You Work, and I'm like, why am I hearing?
Yeah, I thought that as well. I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm confused.
What is this? So already, look at this CGI disaster right here.
It's a lot of CGI.
That's a lot. That is Rachel Zegler all by herself in front of a green screen or a blue screen, whatever the hell they use now. So,
well, maybe volume.
They had volume demonstrations at D23 that people were like, "Oh my god, it's incredible." This is retarded. So, all right. So it's only a minute, 17 seconds, but it's got so much bad in it. Let's go. All CGI. Here they come. There is the silhouette of the dwarves.
Okay, so let me make sure because I removed myself after the 7 magical human lesbians. So they're back to putting the dwarves in. So they put the dwarves.
It is
back
dwarves. It's been official for a while. They showed a released image of it, which didn't do it justice, and this trailer makes it even worse.
Oh, so you haven't seen what the dwarves look like, Dre? Have you?
No, I haven't seen what the dwarves look like, but I'm very confused. I'm very confused already.
Great,
because those are animated. Clearly, I'm not blind. Right?
They are CGI nightmares.
Wait, hold on. Let the old man get his glasses on. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Right. This silhouette.
They're animated. Okay, just making sure I'm not tripping.
Here we go.
It's gonna get worse.
It gets worse. Okay.
So whistle while you work.
Turn it off.
She can't sing.
I've seen enough. You can turn this off.
The set looks fake.
Look at them. Look at them. It's a nightmare. Look at this.
Normally, I have a really shit taste in music, but even I'm looking and saying, this woman cannot sing. I'm sorry.
No.
What were her qualifications besides being brown?
Suck dick. That's her qualifications.
I'm very confused. First is half you can't sing. That's first and foremost. Let's get that out the way.
Dre, I am so glad I have those clips because I thought, oh damn, I asked for them too late because I can't talk about a manless Denmark anymore. But no, we've got 6 months of Rachel Zegler coming, and I can make good use of those clips you made for me. I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I got to use them in videos.
And I don't understand why the dwarves are animated.
Peter Dinklage. Thank you, Peter Dinklage, for being a dick.
So let me get this straight. So the 7 magical human lesbian crossdressers, that didn't work.
No, I think those were stand-ins. I think those were stand-ins for reshoots.
But there was a midget in there. Am I retarded?
No, there was no midget in there. There was no midget in there.
I thought there was. I thought there was
at least one.
Midget.
Was there?
There was some man-woman. There was a dude.
They all crawled out of a patchouli party, okay? So,
Disney's official statement on those leaks, though, they did have an official statement. They said those were people hanging out with the prince. It was like his band of outlaws that he was hanging out with, Jonathan.
Oh.
Well, Jonathan, right, because he's not a prince anymore. Excuse me. Jonathan and his band of outlaws.
So those hippies are still in the movie. Oh, thank you.
That's what they said when the leaked photos initially came out. So.
I don't believe that for one solitary second. But okay, so the animated dwarves, they couldn't just hire little people. I'm confused.
No, because of
Why
Peter
did-
Dinklage.
Yeah,
So
it
So
was
Peter
offensive.
Dinklage, I remember Peter Dinklage came out and was like it's outdated or whatever
It's offensive to have
foulness,
dwarves
even though
in
he
movies.
used the entire dwarfism
Even though
for his
his
entire
money
career.
after everybody else.
Yeah, he just pulled the ladder up, which is just the irony of that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Pulled the ladder up for all the little people to not get jobs now, which is insane. So they bent the knee in the aspect of not hiring little people. So that means that you're inclusive because you're excluding people.
Yep.
Just making sure I'm not crazy.
So
hey, at least all the CGI dwarves are still white.
Yeah, and if you've noticed, I mean, I don't know how the quality of this. I mean, we'll stop later. She looks a little lighter than she used to.
Oh, they definitely threw a little white powder on that.
And remember
Mexican
when she announced this whole thing, I will not bleach myself for you, you racists out there. Well, Disney did it for you, honey. Disney did it for you.
But
all right,
the character is Snow White. The skin is supposed to be white as snow. That's part of the name.
They're gonna have some line in there where it's actually like a soul white and pure or something. Like that.
You're right. You're right, Jed.
All right,
you know what? You're right.
These dwarves are nightmare fuel. Just look at them.
That all looks like plastic.
That's not good.
The Uncanny Valley is wider than the Grand Canyon right now. There is no immersion in this. There's no escapism. There's no I'm pulled in. They are fake. The fakest of fake. I mean, the chat's on it right now. This looks like shit. This is terrible. I mean, everybody sees it. And when we get to the end of this, it's coming to theaters. They are not dumping this on Disney Plus. Like I said, there was no way they were going to get away. They couldn't hide this. It is theaters, March 2025. All right, let's keep going. Now, there is as I mentioned earlier, there is an extended clip scene of the Whistle While You Work god awfulness. You get like a full face full of dopey and all that stuff. People are saying it looks like Tom Holland. I mean,
and it does. I didn't think about that.
But we can't show that because that's a leak, and we cannot do that. We cannot
the thing I want to add about that clip and that scene that we just saw, the Whistle While You Work, they made it so she's just singing, watching them do all the work rather than helping them clean up like she did in the original movie. So she has 7 dwarf slaves.
And I've also heard now they are very proud to say that there are many original new songs.
Oh boy!
Well, because all the original songs in Little Mermaid were really killer.
Oh boy! I put that out of my memory.
It's more, and I believe it's more Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think it's more him.
Why is Disney and just Hollywood obsessed with that man? Hamilton is an abomination. There, yes. I said it. It's offensive to history.
Yeah, that's why I love you. All right. All right, now here comes the Gal Gadot stuff. Now we're supposed to believe that Rachel Zegler is hotter than Gal Gadot. We're supposed to
galaxy.
I hope that they would at least put some bad makeup on Gal Gadot or something.
We get a smidgen of her as the
the crone, but even as queen form, it was clear who the prettier one is in the original.
Yeah,
so I hope that they would do something, but they're not even trying.
No. I mean,
in what universe? In what universe? If I'm the prince or whoever, I'm getting with this. I don't give a crap about that girl in the woods.
Yeah, I'm milf hunting at this point. I'm milf hunting.
There ain't, you know what I'm saying? Quarter chub instantly. It's not even debatable. So when she goes and talks to the magic mirror about who's the baddest junk in the land, that's just gonna lie to her.
Here it comes. Here it comes right now.
Wait. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one?
Now, I mean, Gal Gadot is not the greatest actress in the world. We're not.
No, she's terrible. I don't care about how she acts. She's bad. She's bad. She's gorgeous. She is my Israel queen. She's gorgeous. Okay. Period. Is she a terrible Wonder Woman? 100%. But I'm going to go watch that movie over again.
She's good at the choreography.
Choreography is great, but she can't act to save her life, and I don't care.
Yeah,
at
neither do I.
all.
Neither do I. Neither do I. I don't care.
Well, I do want to say there is one small benefit to her being cast in this movie because of the timing. The crazy leftists are attacking Disney for having an Israeli actress in the film, and that's just something that it's always great to see the left eating their own.
Yeah. They are they cannot stand the fact that she's in this movie. They're talking about they're more Zionist propaganda and all that kind of crap.
Those people love being miserable. I tell you,
They really do.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Okay.
No, not even close.
No.
Hey, they shaved her unibrow.
They took a buffer to her forehead to get that.
Oh yes, they did because they know that ain't attractive. No offense to anybody that has a unibrow, but physically speaking, it is less attractive to the physical form.
She is the middest of the mid. This chick.
Well, it's about what's on the inside, Adam. It's about inner beauty.
She's horrible on the inside.
That's what the mirror is talking about. Is inner beauty and fair as in just, not in beauty.
I swear to God, I really hope that it's gonna be.
Well, we just saw her boss around some slaves, so
yeah,
it doesn't sound like just to me.
I want to hear those dwarves go say, "Yes, massa. Yes, massa."
Oh no.
I'm a whistle while I work. You go whistle. Whistle. I must whistle or get whipped.
Oh my God.
I had to say. Anyway, yeah. So she is terrible. She's a horrible person. She's not pretty. She can't sing worth a damn.
Mm-mm.
Look at it like this. Now, I've seen some memes out there, the memes since Saturday night or Friday night, where they're showing her in her full Snow White accurate dress from the original and lining it up against other sort of fantasy princesses throughout the years. Let me get a better shot of the dress. Let me go back here for a second. This dress, this looks like the worst cosplay you've ever seen.
I would say it looks fake. Really?
Yeah.
I could probably sew a much better dress than that.
For a hot second, I thought that was table covering.
Go. Thank you, Jay Fraser. Greta Gerwig is co-writer on this atrocity.
No shot.
There you go. Thank you. All right, let's go back to where we were. Here we go. No, a little farther back. Here we go. All right.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
All right, there's a little bit of the crone here. Now, is that going to be is that Gal Gadot in
ugly woman makeup?
In ugly woman makeup. I mean, that's the question right there. Did they put somebody else in it? I don't know. I mean,
I can't tell.
We'll find out. I can't tell. We can't tell it all here. It's a blip. Can't really tell, but still. So they are going crone. I don't know. Apple.
Jonathan.
No Prince Charming. Oh no, it's just a deer.
Music is awful. I'm sorry.
It is. So there it is. It's just Snow White. It's just Snow White.
Even Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast had better trailer music than this.
I'll agree with that.
So March 21st, 2025. They are putting this in theaters. They cannot hide it any longer. Consider research. This thing had to cost easy $250, $300.
Plus the reshoots.
Yeah.
I find it more offensive the fact that it's being released on my late grandmother's birthday, or what would have been my late grandmother's birthday, and she used to like Snow White.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a bomb. And it's such a bomb because this is March. What's coming out the month before? Oh, Captain America Black Falcon. They are going to have two massive box office failures in a row. Because we know Black America Falcon Captain needs $1 billion to break even. We know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that we know. That joint's pushing 400
million. All right, Jay Fraser says a known budget of 209. I call bullshit on that.
Oh, ain't no way.
That's before reshoots, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That jumps easily 250, 275.
This thing's going to need Little Mermaid numbers to break even. In terms of break even numbers, it's going to need like 700 to 900 million to break even, and it's not going to get that because guess what? Rachel Zegler is not a draw.
Nope.
Gal Gadot isn't even
market
a draw.
the movie. Neither of them are going to market the movie well.
No, they're not. I mean, listen. Well, for us, it's going to be great because I wonder because now with the D23, they've let her out of the kennel. They've let Zegler out of the kennel. She's going to be free to talk now because they've had her on lockdown for a good 7 months now. We haven't heard peep out of her since the strikes.
Let's hope that pissed her off and she's going to come back swinging with something crazy.
I saw commentary on Twitter that her and Gal Gadot don't get along.
I heard that as well.
Good.
So that might be fun. As if we have them in a sit down, we might get an Avengers Endgame situation where everybody hated Brie Larson and they're like, "Shut the fuck up! We don't like you. Shut up!
Don't touch me!
Don't touch me!" We might get that. I mean, of course, one could say Brie Larson has gone through her redemption arc since then because she got a clue. She shut up. She learned to shut up.
Yeah, she got enough of a clue to shut up.
I'm not saying she's a changed person. I'm saying her redemption comes to the fact that she learned to shut up. And wear low cut dresses.
Yeah, she's not top tier cringe anymore.
Yeah. Rachel Zegler is in the running for that. There's a whole list of nubile young witches that can be in that category of worst person to promote anything. And Brie Larson no longer has that ground because she realizes I'm done, I'm over, and if I don't talk, it's better that way. She got a new PR team. Let's just say that she got a better PR team. So this loser, mega loser. And I listen, I'm reviewing this. I will find a way to watch it when it comes out. And I will review this monstrosity because it's going to be glorious. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Okay. Moving on down did I just close the wrong one? No, I didn't. Here we go. Moving on down the list. Okay. All right. They announced the Lilo and Stitch live action. With just basically digital Stitch coming out. It looks like Stitch.
Yeah. There's nothing really to comment on quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Stitch. He comes out of it. It's fine. I mean, I guess I'll play it for a second here. I mean, it looks like Stitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people going, the coloring's wrong. Doesn't matter. This is a leak. It's a teaser.
Yeah,
and he looks like Stitch. Now, let's ask the question: is this movie necessary?
Absolutely not.
God, no.
Does anybody really care?
No. But like what Jed said earlier, they've got nothing left. Nothing. They're doing a live action Lilo and Stitch. No one is clamoring for Lilo and Stitch content. And don't get it twisted. They had quite a saga.
Lilo had a full run.
Had I think 2 films.
Oh no, 3.
And a bunch of 3 films and a bunch of TV shows.
Oh, it's the original film.
Yep.
Which spawned the TV show. And midway through the TV show, they dropped a first direct-to-TV movie. Then they did more seasons. Then they did another conclusion movie.
That's it. Exactly. So I'm saying, they had a great run. They milked that cow for what it's worth.
It's a nice little saga.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a great character. Lilo's a great heroine, and all the other what is he 102 or was it 2? How many are there?
I have no idea.
Well, the other 100 plus that there are, they all get it. They all get their moments because it's about collecting all 100 plus of his brothers and sisters that were created by the man.
Oh yeah, I think it's 600 of them.
You're right, 600.
Yes, because he's 616 or something.
Something like that, and they make one more after that, which is like a red version, which is like a villain one. That was the conclusion movie and stuff like that. But it had Dre's absolutely right. It had a run. It's enjoyable. It holds up. It's fun. It's great for kids. But here comes a live action monstrosity that, when it comes to fruition, as we just talked about, those who eat their own, they whitewash this thing according to everybody who's a part of it, who hates this.
Wait,
thing.
the Hawaiians aren't in this?
They're not dark enough, Dre.
No, the actress, it's mainly the older sister, right? From what I remember. This was like a year ago. She is Hawaiian. She is the correct race, but she was too light-skinned.
Yeah.
Oh,
She ain't dark
God.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Have they met Pacific Islanders? They're like
no,
black
they
people.
haven't.
Black.
They come
No,
in different shades.
They
Like
think
I don't.
they think all of them are Samoan dark. That's what they think.
I just see this is how you know these dumb liberals. They don't know their geography very well. Hawaii, they are Pacific Islanders. They are not Samoan. They're completely different people. Completely different. Like it's they have a different history and
they
everything.
live near water and they not white.
These people are dumb.
All right, so I'm not gonna say this is a loser.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
not enough information.
There's not enough information. We haven't seen a trailer yet. And they got Stitch right. So you can't.
There is one leak that's been going around for a while that will really make this a loser. There's talks of them tying it into Moana, having the girls be descended from Moana.
Please.
And all
Don't
that.
do this.
Do it. No, do it. Do it. That makes my life easier.
Come on. And I, man, look, I like this movie. I like the original Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
That movie's a lot of fun. And Nani's hot. So all of that works out. I don't care if she's animated. I got no shame. I know who I am.
Boobies.
Absolutely. And her legs as thick as grits. So I've got no problem with them trying to make a Lilo and Stitch movie. I've got no problem with that. Just do what you did before. Just do it in live action. Call Ving Rhames to come and play Bubbles. Do all that.
That would be
perfect. Just make like
they
just
did
take
though.
this movie.
I don't think Bubble. I know he's not Bubbles in this. I remember it's Bubbles. I think maybe it might be race swapped or gender swapped. I don't know.
Gender swap Bubbles.
They might.
Don't do that.
They might.
That was the whole joke. Is the way he looked being funny with the name Bubbles. If they
Exactly.
gender swap him,
Oh,
it's
I know.
not gonna be
All
as funny.
This is coming out in 2025. I reserve judgment for whether loser. Right now, I'm going to say I'll lean
Consolation.
loser.
This is what I was talking about earlier, Adam. Consolation prize.
Yeah,
I'm going to lean towards loser because I asked the question
Disney.
again. We don't need this. There's no need for this.
No, absolutely. It's absolutely unnecessary. No one's gonna remember this movie once it comes out.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna think about Lilo and Stitch, gonna think about the animated joint, without question. But as far as I'm concerned at this point, we don't have enough information, but this looks like something that could actually be fun if they just literally just do nothing. Just do nothing and you'll have fun and then people will come. So this is one of my consolation prizes. Lilo and Stitch is one of my consolation prizes. Because I can't say it's going to be good, but at this point, I reserve judgment. So consolation.
All right. They brought out The Rock.
And game over.
And The Rock starring Disney in Monster Jam, a live-action movie about monster trucks.
Wasn't Monster Jam? Didn't they used to do that at the MCI Center?
I don't
Like when
know.
I
listen,
thought Monster Jam was something else.
I got yelled at by the Ballbusters crew a couple weeks ago when I said I don't give a fuck about monster trucks.
Oh,
I don't care. So I got called gay and all kinds of words for that. And I don't care about this. And I don't know who this is really appealing to.
Well, it's not really appealing to anyone. And The Rock's not a pull right now. I don't know if you guys heard. The U.S. Army gave him $11 million
I heard
for
that.
a recruitment campaign, and they actually lost recruits from it. His campaign had a negative impact on recruiting. 35 people de-enlisted or stopped their paperwork and cited.
Why would they use The Rock for military recruitment? Wouldn't you use somebody, wait for it, that served in the military? This planet is a joke. I'm ready to go. Lord, send the meteorite. I'm ready.
This is loser. This is loser. Who is this for? Who is what market of the Disney public is this for? I don't know.
I don't know. Country bumpkins? I have no idea what's going on here.
It says
how does this even look like?
A movie did get logo similar art. Aside from announcing Monster Jam, Johnson was on. Okay, they're just talking about that. All they say is, I came to Disney co-chair Alan Bergman and Disney to create something here that is immersive and fun in live action from the POV of these incredible monster trucks, essential crazy drivers. Monster Jam is going to be a fun ride. So it's Monster Truck Rally, the movie? I don't know.
I don't get that. I don't get it.
Yeah,
here
comes Gravedigger. I mean,
I do love Gravedigger.
Yeah.
I never got.
So
I never
so
got
I'm
off to that
confused.
shit. I just
So this is about a movie about people crushing trucks?
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
get it,
it's
man.
not being very clear. My first
I'm
instinct
over.
was this is like Cars, where the
When
monster trunks are
I
sentient and
thought
doing
this
this
was
on
a
their own.
Space Jam ripoff for a second when I first saw it. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh wait, what? Trucks? The Rock? I'm saying loser now. I don't need any more. I say loser.
I'm willing to throw in my hat and agree with you on
Loser.
that. This joint has absolutely zero pedigree.
Let's be honest. We've said this all the time. The Rock doesn't have pull. He really doesn't.
He does not.
Outside of the wrestling ring, the
That's
Rock
it.
has zero pull.
That's it. Period. And this is my thing. He can't act.
No.
He can't act.
No.
He is the Rock in every movie he's ever been in. Period. Period. He has no range. Zero.
Right,
and he gets
loser.
paid gajillions of dollars to be the Rock in every film.
Okay.
Talk about the luckiest man on earth.
Jed, this one's for you. Percy Jackson season 2.
I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. I don't care if this is the most accurate adaptation in the history of humanity. Fuck Percy Jackson.
They announced the Grey sisters for this. It's Sandra Bernhard and Michelle Cho, a bunch of failed comedians who are not relevant anymore. 3 comedians who are not relevant anymore. Listen,
they're in like one scene in Sea of Monsters. They don't need their own casting announcement.
I know. This I think we had a situation of season 1 automatic season 2. I mean, I
never heard anything about how successful season 1 was.
That's my point. That's my point. And I was coming to next. Season 1 came out. I know there was a section of Percy Jackson fandom that ripped it apart. But then there were the defenders. So it kind of came and went.
I do think the casting of Percy is good. I do like that actor.
He was
had
really
a
massive
good in
growth
the
spurt.
Adam. Did he?
This one. He's like he was basically eye to eye with the race swap chick who for Annabeth. And now he's like a foot taller than her.
That doesn't work out so well for him. But he was in a movie called The Adam Project on Netflix from Sean Levy, where he played the young version of Ryan Reynolds, and he did a perfect job capturing Ryan Reynolds' style. So I do think he's a good actor, but I don't care. Even if Annabeth was perfect casting, I really don't care. I want this to burn. I want Percy Jackson as a fandom, as a franchise, to just wither away and die in obscurity. I want Rick Riordan
You should hate watch this. You should watch this. You should.
Don't do it.
Riordan should go back to his day job.
Oh well, yeah. He should go down his day job. Screaming at clouds. So this is gonna happen. I think it's gonna come and go. I don't want to say loser. It's Disney Plus, so it's already a loser.
Yeah,
because Disney Plus doesn't produce success. But I think it's going to be forgotten. I mean, they're just calling it. They're still calling it the Olympians, and now they add in Sea of Monsters, and I guess they're really going to go a season a book. Congratulations. Nobody cares. I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah, I can't see it getting all the way to 5 seasons for the first series or 5 more after that for the second series, especially with the age of the actors. They can't, because it isn't, they're going to outgrow it well before the final book.
Yeah, I mean, Alexandra Daddario, her tits outgrew her character in the movies real fast.
It's true.
So, hey, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That is very good.
So I'm going to say loser for basically what along Jed's lines. I thought it was decent when I read the books, but they weren't anything spectacular to me.
Yeah, the books are whatever. I'm coming at this from a mythology.
They butcher the mythology.
They make fun of it all the time. Like, it is not a respectful adaptation of Greek mythology.
Yeah. So I'm going to say loser. Okay. Agatha all along.
Just turn it off.
This is the next thing coming out. And Dermy still thinks he's going to make me watch this, which, no. Loser. I don't even loser. Now they have to put this out, just like we're gonna get to it. They have to put several things out. There's no getting away with it. They're stuck with them. They're doing this weekly, guys. This could be a weekly release. I go back to what we started the stream with. They've learned nothing.
No.
Echo this shit. Dump it all in one night. Everybody will bitch about it for 72 hours, and then it's gone. But you know why they can't do it? Because Catherine Hahn. They can't do it because she's got too much image right now. I mean, I wouldn't say she's a big deal, but she's too present in all this stuff.
It's not going to do well in any way, shape, or form, especially with, I believe the second main character after Agatha is Wicket, Scarlet Witch's son, who they've made Wicket. Who
Say what kind of Ewok in this now?
Yeah, he's got an Ewok, but they made him an emo gay kid.
Oh,
so people are not going to enjoy that. They recast him. He's like 16 now, and he's got painted fingernails. And he's like, "Oh my god, let's cast a spell." Yeah, that's
1 hour on the nose. Okay, going back for that. Mark that one, guys. 1 hour on the nose. I don't know if we need jet clips. There we go.
That's not gonna be received well by anyone.
So yeah, this is gonna be trash. Power to anybody who is actually gonna review and rip it apart. I don't do MCU after She-Hulk. I do not do MCU anymore. I don't do TV shows. That's not happening. But rip it apart. It's retarded. It's stupid. Who cares about Agatha? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No one. I may be the only person that actually knows who she is, like the character, on Earth. I may be the only one, because whatever this depiction is not Agatha Harkness at all.
Even I know that.
So I'm just. No one cares about Agatha.
Even I know who she is as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Loser.
This is over with. This has been dead for years.
Yeah.
Years.
It had it on the shelf for over a year.
It's over.
Over a year. Okay. Right on cue. Here we go. Right after the other thing they should echo. Ironheart.
Oh,
we talked about Ironheart last week. This is, I mean, have you heard what they're doing to this now? She's committing crimes to fund herself.
What?
They've added to her story, Dre. She's joining with the Hood to steal because that's how she gets her money to make her steal.
I have a serious problem with all of this. Okay. Two reasons. One, this character shouldn't exist anyway. Let's just get that out the way. Number two, this depiction and now changing her origin, and now she's doing Robin and the Hoods and whatever. Just stop. Nobody cares about Riri Williams. No one. Get this as a tax write-off. Do something. I don't want to see this. No, even in the Black Panther sequel, everybody hated this character. Everyone. Blacks, whites, Latinos, Asians, men, women, half-breeds, all of them. Nobody liked this character. Like, even the people that liked the movie, they were like, you know what I had a problem with? That dumb girl who thought she was Iron Man. I heard that every single time. No one cares. Burn this.
Yeah.
Well, Dre, do you appreciate the stereotype that they've made her into? She didn't do well in high school, so she had to drop out of school and resort to crime because of racist America.
Of course, yeah, because black folks have to commit crimes to get ahead. Hooray!
You know, the argument is she's too smart for high school, so she doesn't pay attention, so she flunks out.
But here's the thing also.
Goes to crime.
If I remember correctly, I've seen this talked about the past couple of days. She built that vibranium detector. Didn't she sell that shit? She could sell that shit. She doesn't need to.
When you're that smart, being able to invent suits like that in your garage off nothing, you're gonna be able to make money. You don't have to resort to crime. If she's really that smart, she will be paid for her services.
Yeah. So loser. They have to. Oh God! If they don't echo this shit, it's gonna be an open wound.
They have
for
to.
Weeks. They have to. It's been sitting on the shelf for 2 years. This has been done for 2. It was done before they did the Black Panther movie. It was done before that. They've had this thing on the shelf for a long time. It's got several layers of mold on it at this point.
So they have no choice, and like this one and Agatha, they have to do
contracts.
1 day drop.
They're not. No, Agatha is weekly. No, that is weekly.
They can't do it. They can't.
It's confirmed. Agatha's weekly.
The viewership will drop off the cliff at week 2.
And we will be here to let you know every week with the Nielsen's. We will be here to let you know that it didn't chart.
You can't do that.
Agatha might be worse than the Acolyte. That's how bad it's going to be.
It is going to be worse than the Acolyte because where's the press tour?
Yeah. D23, that's the press tour.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. Only people that saw D23 were us. The normies aren't looking at D23. Period.
D23.
You need a press tour.
We should have said this at the start of the show. D23 is for the shit swallowing stands.
Absolutely.
That's who it's for. There is nobody of merit there. It's for their new fan base. That's who D23 is for. Everybody who went there knowing they sniff crotch and suck shit. That's what they do.
God.
Yeah. 1 hour, 5 minutes.
I'm parking it.
1 hour, 5 minutes. I never know what's going to happen. And I said, loser. And if they don't echo this shit, they're going to pay for it. I hope they don't echo it because I would like to see festering. Okay, going on. All right, here is one of the consolation prizes, I believe, as Ray puts it. The Daredevil Born Again. They've brought back the entire cast from the Netflix Daredevil show. They've got the actual
nearly
everyone. Nearly. You know what I mean?
His supporting cast isn't there. Like, what's her bucket?
No, she's there.
She is? Okay.
Yeah, they got everybody.
They got everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even Frog?
They got the hot ginger. They got Foggy. They got everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, they got everybody back.
Yeah. And they rewrote everything because we remember the testing went horrible. They tried to throw it out, and so this is something that people are looking forward to.
Yes.
They say the trailer looked good too. Now I'm not gonna. I didn't watch. I wasn't into Daredevil, so I can't comment on the trailer. I went on and looked. But Jay, you watched it?
So I'm actually getting. I have a guy that's there that's going to send me the vid. But what I can say about this is like you said, this is one of my consolation prizes because of the stance that Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio made to burn the original script once they laid their eyes on it because it was egregious to all 5 senses, and they actually campaigned to actually make the Netflix series is canon now. The Netflix series is officially canon, and it is actually just a continuation from that series. So I appreciate all the work that was done by the casting, and they also brought back Foggy Nelson and Karen. Everybody, they made it their business to make sure that this was authentic and to make it pay homage to arguably, in my personal opinion, the greatest Netflix show ever made.
That is a sentiment I hear over and over again. But we have a problem.
And that's why, like, I really want this show to be good.
They have a problem though. We've seen Kingpin in the MCU right now, and it hasn't been good.
That's a very big problem.
How does this link to Echo? How does this link to the Hawkeye thing? I mean, and we know that they aren't bringing back this Abomination costume. It's going to be a more traditional costume. It's not this one from She-Hulk.
So a couple of images that were revealed were that Matt Murdock now has multiple suits because he had multiple suits in the comics, and they're kind of doing you see all of his different masks. So like the golden one is in there because I don't think he's gonna wear it in the show at all, but I think they're trying their best to try to, oh my God, I'm about to say this, justify the existence of him in the She-Hulk show, which I almost threw up just saying. They're doing their best to try to clean up the act, but like what Frank said, the aura of Kingpin has been sodomized in front of us. That is a problem because he is a menacing crime boss, and we've seen him be defeated. Wait for it, twice by 2 broads for no reason. No, excuse me, same broad twice. Sorry, my mistake. So the mystique of the Kingpin, granted, Vincent D'Onofrio is a God-level actor when it comes to his performances, but good God, the work that he's been given over the last 2-3 years, it's killed the mystique. So I don't know how they're going to try to build that back. That's a big concern to me as well.
Yeah, so
that's why I kind of disagree with their push to make the Daredevil Netflix series canon. I think the best way forward is to still make it a continuation of the Netflix series, but make it separate still. Keep it separate, because we can't have, Echo coexisting with the Kingpin that we saw in the Netflix series. They cannot physically coexist. So the best they can do if they've canonized the Netflix show is to just completely ignore everything else, but that's still not a solution. That's just a Band-Aid. So I actually think they should have left it in a separate continuity. Just pretend that it's a continuation. It's season 4 of Netflix. None of the other MCU stuff is connected to this at all. So there was just no real good ways forward, though. So,
but I think this still might be received well.
Yeah.
Out of all this garbage, this is the thing that might be a winner. This might be a winner because people feel positive about this, and if they ignore Echo, then that'll be a win. If they just ignore it, then that'll I think that'll be enough for most people.
Well, Adam, everybody did ignore it. Nobody watched that, so so it's a strong possibility that the audience isn't tainted by that filth.
Yeah,
but I really want this show to be good because I was a huge fan.
You're going to review this, right? You're going to review.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
Oh, without question. I will be there week after week to review this.
Let's see, when is it? They say when
this should be good.
I
mean, I'm hoping that it's good. I think it's coming March. I can't remember.
There.
March.
TBA.
Was it March?
I'm looking. I'm trying to scan.
That's when it was announced, but at the bottom it says TBA. So it doesn't
TBA?
have a release date yet.
Okay. All right. So TBA. All right. I would expect 25 because the 2024 schedule is done.
It says March 2025, first episode air date.
Okay.
That's what it. That was updated yesterday. So
okay. All right. So March. All right. So there you go. Dre, you'll report on this one because I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm hoping it's good, but I might get my heart broken. But
I don't trust Disney, but the Netflix show is fantastic.
Yeah,
the first 2 seasons at least. 3 is confusing because I didn't want to watch Defenders.
Go watch Defenders. Go watch it. Defenders isn't amazing by any means, but it's solid. I would watch Defenders before I watch Iron Fist and Luke Cage again. Okay, so
let's say winner.
Yeah, so this is my consolation. Absolutely, consolation.
We'll say winner. We'll say winner.
Absolutely.
We'll say winner. Okay. Oh boy! All right.
Oh Lord.
Now we're in my arena. We're back in my arena. Mando and Grogu.
Heavenly Father of the Amen.
Now we're gonna scroll down this one. They released footage, and now here's the funny thing. They are shooting this right now. So I have a conundrum for you guys. They're shooting Mandalorian Grogu as we speak. They also just started shooting Fantastic Four First Steps. How can Pedro Pascal be in 2 places at once?
Pedro Pascal is not there. He's not there at all. He's going to do his voiceover later on. That man ain't going to be in the suit.
I know. Thank you. There you go. So.
They might fly him in on a lunch break from Fantastic Four to do his one mask off scene that they like to do each season.
With his Reed Richards stash that he's got going on, with his Reed Richards porn stash he's rocking right now. We've seen it. He's rocking his Reed Richards has a porn stash.
Oh no.
Is there Fantastic Four stuff on this list? Because there's some stuff.
Oh yes.
Okay, good.
That was one of the early.
I'll save my powder.
Did I miss the Lilo and Stitch bit when I was in the shower?
Yes, we were past Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, indeed.
I thought he looked kind of cute, actually. To be honest.
Well, he looked like Stitch, and there's
like as you said, we pretty much have the same sentiment. Like, hey, it looks like Stitch because they did a fine job designing.
It's not a red flag yet.
All right, so but back to this. So they've started shooting. So they announced what was going on there. While the film only just started shooting, Favreau and Filoni, John Favreau's not your friend, and Dave Filoni's a hack. I have to say that. Still took the time to show off some initial footage of Mando in his full armor, a stunt double in his full armor.
Absolutely.
And the reminder, they are a clan of 2. Oh boy. The youngling is my apprentice. Youngling, shouldn't it say foundling?
Yeah.
Youngling, that's a Jedi term. And foundlings are for Mandos. I'm a bounty hunter by trade. Now that he is my care, I'll be more selective in my assignments, Mando says in the clip. After we get quick several images, including Zeb, rebels, guys. Don't you? Here comes some more rebels.
Nobody watched that.
No, I don't think anyone gives a shit.
Grogu crawling through a tunnel, a GNK power droid, and what looks like Hoth, or just a snowy planet. In addition, it shows Mando in that scene. They're fighting AT-ATs and I think an AT-ST. I think I don't know. It's retarded. It's so stupid. And they announced
originality.
May 2026. So they have we got another 2 years, a little over 2 years.
Thank God.
A little under 2 years before it comes out. And I'm surprised they're actually releasing a Disney Star Wars movie in May. That surprises me.
Yeah, they haven't done that
because they like to release them in December because
they did Solo in May, I think, though. I think that was the only one.
Really? I'd have to
because they got delayed.
Oh.
It was going to be December, but the reshoots.
But this thing is dead movie walking. And by doing this, they're still at the moment keeping the Mandalorian and Grogu as the movie because they want to have the logo right there with them in the O walking together. That's what they want. So it looks like it will be called the Mandalorian and Grogu.
That's a mouthful, man.
Who's going to see this movie?
You.
Not without Gina in it.
No. Okay. C is the operative word. That's the operative word. That's the operative word. I'm not paying for it.
I don't think anyone's gonna pay.
Is this okay? Let me ask: is this a working title or is this?
I think this is the title.
It looks official.
Why I say it's title because they want to have the logo where they have them in the O, their silhouettes in the O. They want that. They think that that's a thing.
They could have named it anything. Anything.
It's still going to be shit.
Oh yeah.
No. Well, here's what it is. This is all about building Dave Filoni's Mando-verse. Because they have to do this. They have to then do Ahsoka season 2, and then do what I hope to God they call it Heir to the Empire. I hope to God they do it because they have the big showdown with Thrawn and bring.
I'm sure that's what it's going to be called.
They have to do their Avengers level Disney Star Wars movie where they bring in all the Mando characters in one movie, Rebels.
Adam, in the Heir to the Empire books, was Thrawn the title character, the reference to the Heir to the Empire, or was it somebody else?
Oh, one could say it's Thrawn. One could say it was Jurus Sabaoth because he considered himself as the only one rightful heir to rule this. It could go either way.
Okay.
Because they're both introduced.
My bet is it won't be Thrawn, though, in the movie. They'll find some way to make it somebody else the heir to the Empire.
Some woman.
Grogu, some shit.
This is still taking place before the sequel trilogy. So
they could bring in that chick from Battlefront 2. She was a
could do anything.
Ooh, Versio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, they could. Disney Palpatine is still roaming around out there.
Yeah. They got to explain that. Maybe it is just Palpatine.
I don't know. This thing it's not Star Wars. It's Dave Filoni Star Wars. It's Mando-verse Star Wars. It's Disney Star Wars.
It could be Palpatine's son, who
he did have a son,
daddy to Rey. We got to explain that. So
Palpatine did have progeny in actual Star Wars, but they were all broken. They were all
we
psychotic.
do know he does have descendants, so it could be a physical heir by bloodline to the Empire.
Either way, but that's rumors right now. That's rumors and
that's
fun
just speculation.
Yeah, speculation. But this movie is real. It's probably going to cost $300 million. I'm not even going to say 250. It's going to cost $300 million. They can shoot in the volume all they want. It's going to cost them a lot of fucking money to make this movie. And they're not shooting in the volume.
It's expensive.
And that's a real set right there. Where they're bringing back his ship that got destroyed in season 2, apparently.
The Ridgecrest.
No one gave a shit about his Naboo.
Yeah,
at all.
Starfighter. Yeah.
Well, that was pure jangly key nostalgia. Look, it's an Naboo starfighter. Look.
I had the privilege to watch a behind the scenes from Mandalorian this week where they were talking about when they made Jabba's palace, I think for season 2, maybe it was season 3. And they were just so proud of the fact that they built it on a physical set. They're like, we wanted to do it in a volume. It would just be so much easier for us. But we decided, no, Jabba's palace deserved to be real. And they were just so proud of the fact that they made a set. I'm just like, that's what TV shows do, is you make sets. You shouldn't be bragging about this. So I don't expect anything different from this movie.
This movie's going to come out. And listen, I want these movies to come out because what's going to happen is this is what will definitively show that Disney Star Wars doesn't make money, especially when you got no proper jangly keys, because who is really excited to watch The Mandalorian and Grogu on the big screen?
No one.
Thank you, Dragon Lady. Perfect.
And she calls that little green bastard cute. So this thing,
here's the issue. Well, here's the issue, Adam. This is maybe you can help me understand.
Okay.
What's the point of this film?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, we've just had 3 seasons of this show, 2 of them which were acceptable. What's the point? I don't know what adventure they're going on, and I don't care anymore. The franchise is murdered.
It's all build up and set up for laying the road for Dave Filoni's Avengers movie, Disney Star Wars Avengers movie. That's what he's doing.
But then what's the point of that? See, here we go. Here's the problem. All roads lead to the sequel movies. All roads lead to that. So none of this is like we're gonna fill in the blanks. It doesn't matter because the end result is something we all hate. If I tell you, I'm gonna tell you if I'm gonna tell you a story and the end result is gonna be me taking a dump on somebody's forehead, do you care about how we got there?
1 hour, 21 minutes.
No, dang it! This is what I'm saying. No one cares because no one likes the sequel movies, and when I say no one, I mean the legitimate Star Wars fandom. I'm talking about the shills that just dumping it all in their faces. No, I mean literally. No one gives a crap. The sequel movies have produced nothing. They have produced no shows. They produce no video games. They produce no toys.
Oh,
no one cares.
They announced a video game here that takes place after the sequel trilogy, the Lego game. We're going to get to that one. They announced the Rebuild the Galaxy with Darth Jar Jar, Darth Rose Tico.
I'm going to throw up.
All right, so this is a massive loser that's going to lose them so much money deeper in the hole for Lucasfilm. Okay, right on the heels of that, Andor Season 2. I've said it once, I'm going to say it again, say it repeatedly. Andor is not Star Wars. You could take out every element in there and replace it with generic science fiction plot device, and it still works. I don't. Everybody says, "Oh, the acting is so good, the writing's so good." It's bare bones minimum. The acting is not good. The story is not good. The everything is horrible in this.
But here's the problem, Adam. We're back to the same point. Nobody watched Andor. Now, for the people that did see it, they said it was well acted or whatever the case may be, and good for them. But that's what they say. I didn't watch it because I don't care. But once again, we know where this goes. We know this story doesn't matter.
Every 3 episodes skips a year leading up to Rogue One because they're bringing back Krennic. They're bringing back all the people that were in Rogue One and leading up to it. It's still Disney Star Wars.
Yep. No one cares.
You cannot fit this shit into real Star Wars. It doesn't work. It's worthless.
No one watched the first season. No one.
And someone like me who did watch it, it wasn't good. They want to pretend it's people go, "Oh, if I have to keep anything from Disney Star Wars, I'll keep Andor and Rogue One." It's still not good. It is that dirty glass of scum-filled water that you're given when you march out of the desert and you need it. Maybe you need it to drink, but it's not going to be healthy. It's still probably got bacteria and parasites in it.
Skunk-filled, Jesus. Oh,
Paint the image.
I can taste it now.
Yeah, well, Disney Star Wars leaves a bad taste in your mouth no matter what you do. So they announced this. They didn't have any real trailers. They showed a couple things. We're probably going to get a trailer in the next couple months because they've pushed this thing back like a year. Another thing they've delayed over and over again. If it's so great, why don't you release it? If it's so great, if Mandalorian Grogu is going to be so great, if this is going to be so great, then why can't that be the win that Kathleen Kennedy is going to go out on? No. So loser. Never convince me otherwise. Cry at me. I don't care. Okay. Oh, yes. We're still in my arena. One more, and we must watch this trailer because you guys haven't seen it.
No, I specifically didn't watch it for you.
Skeleton Crew premieres December 3rd. 2 episodes. This is the birthday present they want to give my mom on her birthday. This is terrible.
Hold on. They did it that soon? We're 4 months out and we're just getting the first trailer now.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
No.
We're already getting stuff from late next year.
All right. If you wanna see how not good it is, here we go. I got it right here.
What is up with Jude Law? I mean, seriously, man.
He's getting paid.
Agent needs to be fired.
He's getting paid.
All right, here we go. All right. 1 minute, 41 seconds. Are you ready? Are you ready for 20th century in 21st century, 20th century in Star Wars? Because that's I want your reactions for this. Let's go.
So far, that could 100% be a modern film. I've seen no Star Wars yet.
She's lying in her bed staring at her little ship creations hanging.
Is that a mobile?
No, she's just got things hanging from her ceiling. It's her arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Because she goes to little Star Wars alien school for kids. I mean, you'll see this in a second. I shit you not. You see it in a second.
That
already
looks like a house.
And Jed, that was my reaction. This isn't Star Wars right out of the gate. School bus. A school bus. This is Mando-verse 2. This is the Mando-verse era, guys. This is the Mando-verse era. They're on a school bus with, you could see all variations of Star Wars aliens in there. They're going to diverse Star Wars alien school.
Tomorrow's test.
And look, we'll go back.
Those were just cars. That is 100% just a road.
And look, it's as we're calling it now, Star Wars Suburbia. Now the stands are going, oh my God, how are you complaining about this? And because it's not Star Wars. Star Wars is gritty and dirty looking. It's always in a state of somewhat disrepair because it's a galaxy that's constantly at war. That's one of the things about Star Wars. That's why the technology has always kind of been stable for the past for millennia, because it's always at war and you always have to rebuild shit. There's never time for real advancement beyond what they've achieved. So Star Wars Suburbia, they're going to school, and right now,
those are just cars.
I know. You want to go back to the cars?
No, they just edited out the tires on some cars. They just filmed a road, cut out the tires, and said, "This is Star Wars." These are 100% just normal, everyday modern cars.
I know. This is just like a regular school bus.
Yeah, they put a panel in the back. Whoever designed this is the same team that did the Galactic Star Cruiser. Just zero.
You saw how that went. All right, so now also, here we go. Here's Alien School. Diverse aliens. What is this?
Wait, I have a question. When is this supposed to take place?
Mando-verse timeline.
So
it's taking
a few
place
years
in
after.
the Mando.
So this is after the Empire falls.
Yeah. It's during the spread of Mandalorian time.
It's a very impractical classroom.
Yeah.
Where the teacher at?
Of your entire future.
Right there. There's teacher.
Oh,
wait. Go back to that the little girl from a moment ago. Is that just a jean jacket? It looks like denim.
The costume
denim in
is
Star
ridiculous.
Wars.
You'll get a good shot of the costumes. It was ridiculous.
Entire future.
Now, I want to stop for a moment here. Right away, the stands are all saying, I know the Star Wars fandom is what it is, but let's remember, protect these kids.
We're not going to go after the kids.
But they're already laying the groundwork that when we criticize the show and the bad characters and possibly the bad acting, that'll be attacking the children, Jed.
Of course it will be.
Yeah. Protect these kids. These are people that remember conflate reality with a show. Mm-hmm. That when we criticize something, we're criticizing people. Because guess what? We criticize Rose Tico. We don't criticize Kelly Marie Tran.
No.
We criticize Ray Palpatine. We don't criticize Daisy Ridley. And right now, that's why people are saying, how could you all be mean to Daisy Ridley? She's got Graves' disease. I'm not critical of Daisy Ridley. I'm critical of Ray Palpatine. One's a character, one's a real woman. There's a difference. So protect the children. Listen, I'm going to criticize this show. If the kids are bad actors, I'm going to say they're bad actors. If they have bad dialogue, I'm going to say the characters are shit. The story is shit. But I'm never going to talk about the kids outside the show.
No.
But that's what they want to do. They want to set the stage so they can play victim and play white knights to protect the children. Assholes.
Don't you ever want to?
Okay. So I guess this one's not in school because she's not. We don't see her in the school. She's there. They're
playing hooky.
I guess.
Just playing hooky.
Maybe not. Maybe she's the good Nick they hang out with her chick who's not blind. Because we see later, I thought that was a chick wearing a blind visor. No, she just wears that visor. That's just the thing.
I thought it was low rent Geordie LaForge.
Yeah. It's so these are the other two kids, and there's one more.
Do anything exciting? Like what?
Okay, listen.
I wasn't ready for that. The prosthetics look okay.
I don't know if that's part of CGI. What I'm saying is this though. First of all, Order Lorlins don't have hair.
Well, this one does, Adam, because he's got a comb over because he's cool, or
and they don't have the vocal cords to speak basic.
You don't think go like that?
They go.
Yeah.
I mean, I had there's a whole quest line in Star Wars: The Republic where you're on Hoth and helping out some of these, and they're like 2 feet tall. They're small. They don't get much bigger than this. So he's the right size, but they don't. He can't. This shouldn't be speaking like that. He should be going. That's what he should be doing, not basic. Now, with this one frame, all the stand weirdos are saying, we must protect him. Oh, I will take a bullet for him. They've already attached themselves to this thing, and he said one line. There is no actual development for this character in the trailer outside of this one line, clearly saying, I don't want to go on an adventure. Stupid. And again, they didn't do their homework. Once more, somebody didn't do their homework to know that this type of alien doesn't have the vocal cords to speak basic. At least not in my experience.
What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole...
She's walking a dog in suburbia Star Wars. And why isn't a Thorian there? Now, I razzed on a tourist who goes, I want a hammerhead neighbor. Yeah. And and this is a person who claims to have a Star Wars podcast. It's an Ithorian. And Ithorians usually stay on Ithor. They very rarely go out. When they leave, they're brought along to help, like with nature shit, because that's what they do. Ithor burned during the Vong War. So it's just, let's just get an Ithorian there, and idiots call it Hammerhead, and she's walking a freaking dog in Star Wars Suburbia. This isn't Star Wars. Right now, have outside of alien cameos, have you guys felt the Star Wars yet in this?
I don't know what this is.
That's a good response.
I don't know what this is.
It belongs in the CW.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Seventh Heaven.
Nothing made money. Nothing makes money. Nothing made money on the CW, and it doesn't make money on Disney Plus.
Whole galaxy. A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods.
So you see, she's not blind. I thought they were going to have diversity. That one's in the school, but that one might not be. So she's not blind. She just wears a visor for reasons. Okay.
In the woods.
Right, we don't see it here. Dre, have you seen the close-ups of them in their bikes?
No, I don't think so.
They've got tassels.
There's tassels on them? That's
tassels on
tremendous. Oh, that's tremendous.
Of course
got
they do.
Tassels.
I think they took the inspiration of Goonies way too far.
Yeah.
And
They're not
that's
even
the thing.
trying to make it Star Wars.
And that's the thing. But that you say that because we talked about it when we talked about the People magazine interview with Jude Law, and they all said, "Oh yeah, we were inspired by Goonies," and everybody's saying, "Goonies, Goonies, Goonies." There is nothing in Goonies about this.
I was thinking Stand By Me, Adam. That's what I was getting.
That might be even more closer, but there's other Goonies. The Goonies had a mission.
Yeah.
They were on a mission to save something. These are idiots who are about to find I won't spoil it. Here we go. All right.
Yes. I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
A lost Jedi temple.
Which is in their neighborhood?
In the woods.
Apparently.
And it's only been 18 years, maybe 25. It doesn't make sense. They find a lost Jedi temple.
Be careful where you step.
So somehow they're going to find a lost Jedi temple and end up in a ship that's going to rocket them into the Star Wars galaxy and have them be lost. Yeah. Yeah. And there's the Nick Frost voiced droid who's going to be one of their caretakers.
Of course.
And they're going to run into pirates and other ne'er-do-wells as they try to find their way home.
We're lost. Really lost.
We're lost. Okay, I didn't mean to stop here, but I'm going to stop right here. There are people who saying, Dre, you'll remember this. Remember Captain EO? Michael Jackson, Captain EO?
Oh, my. Yeah.
People are saying this is an alien from Captain EO, and they're now canonizing Captain EO in the Star Wars universe.
We're just making up stuff as we go along.
But that's what Twitter's talking about. That's what the stands are talking about.
We're in a cesspool of nonsense.
Jawas. What is the one thing that Jawas generally don't do? They don't leave Tatooine.
Okay, I'm a little confused. So is this Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Or is this Stand By Me? Is this the Goonies? I don't know what's going
Star
on.
Wars, Dre.
This is not
Everything
Star
but
Wars.
Star Wars.
I don't know what this is. If you look, I'm telling you, if I covered my eyes and just played it, I would not be able to tell you it's Star Wars at all.
Nope.
I don't know what's
You heard
going
the word
on.
Jedi. You heard the word Jedi. You would have heard that. Isn't that enough?
That could have been a parody, as far as I'm concerned.
Tis dangerous out there in space.
There be monsters out there. I heard Pirates of the Caribbean. There be monsters out there. Miss Sloan. Jesus Christ, this is bad.
Are they building a ride? Is that what this is?
They're
Are they
adding.
building a ride?
I don't know. Oh, and they're also thinking about Owl Alien. They're loving the Owl Alien now too. Here we go.
Trust no one.
Look, she's shooting from the gun in the ship, guys.
I am so confused by this trailer. I don't know what's going on. What happened?
They got in the ship. a ship and they're lost, and they have to find their way home. And you know what the problem with that is? In Disney Star Wars, it's already been established you can get anywhere in the Star Wars galaxy in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
There's
true.
no travel time.
That's true.
You get anywhere. Get anywhere. So how you can be lost? X-Wings.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, literal jangling key.
Telekinesis. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You're a Jedi.
So Jude Law is a Jedi. Yet another Order 66 survivor.
Yo, just call it what it is. That dragnet had all types of holes in it. Ain't nobody get murdered during that joint. Jesus Christ.
So Jude Law is a Jedi. And now, all right, let's go.
That look was a creeper look. That was definitely inspired by some executives at Disney.
Jude Law, blink twice if you're in trouble. Christ.
I just want to point out all those children were just smart enough to operate their ship perfectly and know the guns operated perfectly, but not enough to look into their nav computer to find out where they came from. Like the perfect level of intelligence.
Jed, maybe it's broken, Jed. And they can't. The
only thing I can assume is that this joint is for like little kids. That's the only thing I can kind of assume.
Dre, you brought up the great next part of this discussion here. Right away, as I myself and many others have immediately launched into criticism of this, as we've seen, doesn't look like Star Wars, doesn't sound like Star Wars. Here come the thing. Star Wars is for kids, and they're making it for kids. Why are you being so angry and toxic? Haters. All I got to say is, yes, George Lucas, once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, said, yeah, I made it for kids. I made it for kids, yeah. Then proceeded in the very first movie to have limbs chopped off and people get sliced apart. How many times have we seen decapitations? How many times have we seen people dying all over the place? Star Wars is not for kids.
So did they not see Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah. I mean, let's throw that out there away once and for all and put in the category of George contradicts himself.
Absolutely.
It is for family, like it's appropriate for kids, but it's not made for kids. You just need to watch any Star Wars film to know that. Yeah. It's farcical. And I don't have kids yet, hopefully someday, but I pray to God my kids are not retarded enough to be the target audience for this show. Like you have to be real dumb kids.
Just don't put them in front of Barney or SpongeBob and you'll be fine.
Oh, I'm gonna raise them on classic 70s Smurfs. That's what I'm gonna do.
Works.
That's a good start.
100 dudes fighting over one chick. Yeah, that works.
Is that what happened?
That's basically what happens.
That's what it's a Smurfette. Please, you're the only poon in town. Come on.
Legitimately. What a nightmare.
I mean, Sisette doesn't count. She's underage. So when they brought her on. But seriously, this is all kinds of loser. The stands are behaving like the childish adults. That is the term I'm going to be using for anybody who likes this show. They are childish adults. They are drooling stands. They're window lickers. They have zero comprehension of what makes a good show. All I hear is, this is so uplifting. I'm so ready for this. I'm going to ignore all the angry YouTubers who are going to tell me not to like it. No, you're not. I live in your head rent-free. You can't ignore me. You make it very clear. So, loser. I mean, right. So, this is the teaser trailer. We'll probably get one more real trailer before all is said and done. And I will, of course, react to that glorious slop when it arrives. Now, of course, you guys are not going to watch this. This is my bailiwick.
No.
I'm the one who will suffer. I don't know how many episodes it is. I'm going to assume it's 8. That seems to be their lucky number. But you'll get my review of the first 2 episodes. They're probably all going to be like 20 minutes each. There's no way they squeeze 40 minutes out of any of this shit.
No shot.
There's no story in this. We're lost. We got to get home. Oh, we are on an adventure. Oh, it's a kid. It's going to be retarded.
And that's why I'm kind of thinking that this was actually designed for kids. Like, not in the hyperbolic way, like, oh, also it's for kids. But like the target demo, when I'm looking at this trailer, I think this is supposed to be targeted like like children. I don't think this
Dre,
is for teenagers. I don't think it's for adults. I think it's actually for children.
But there's the problem, Dre. Kids aren't going to watch this. The childish adults are going to be the ones watching this.
That's true.
The kids are not interested in this.
That's true. I won't argue against that.
They're not asking for this. The kids aren't going to relate to the Order. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I always butcher how to pronounce that species name. I got to look it up finally again. It's been a while. But
Max Rebo.
Well, it's the Max Rebo species.
That's
they have a name, Order-lorlids or Order. I can't fucking say it. It's a tongue twister thing. Anyway, the kids aren't gonna react to that the way the childish adults are going. Oh my God, he must be protected. Oh my God, I need him. I need Grogu. I need all of them to have a little space adventure together. That's what they're doing. They're drawing creepy fan art. They're doing all kinds of creepy, weird shit that the stands do. And that's who's gonna watch this show, the creepers. The creepers who Disney wanted instead of us. So there. Loser. Okay. Lilo, I don't know what this is. Anybody know what this is?
Shit. No.
Shit. More. All right. Okay. Frozen 3.
Oh boy.
All they released was some concept art with it. There it is. Some concept art, which I think Devil commented maybe they're going Norse because that might be a Viking right there. That might be Valhalla or some shit like that. I don't know. But Frozen 3. Loser. I must say loser. Because Frozen 2 did not do what Frozen 1 did. Because guess what? Frozen 2 revealed this franchise for what it is. It's a hollow, empty. It's just the songs. I've been saying that for years.
I agree.
There's no story here.
Tangled was the better film always.
I rewatched Tangled a few days ago. Tangled's a wonderful movie. Wonderful. The last actual good Disney movie.
I agree.
After that, everything's been shit after that. This is going to be garbage. It doesn't have the people who grew up with it are grown up now, and their kids don't care if they even have kids. Loser. Anybody want to?
Look, I always, to this day, I have never seen Frozen all the way through. I have fallen asleep more times than I can possibly. And honestly, that film is the cure for my insomnia. I have fallen asleep every single time, and one time I actually started throwing up. I have never seen this movie.
You tasted too much of it, huh? Okay. Listen, I only watched the original because I was watching Once Upon a Time on ABC, and they were going to introduce the characters, and I needed to know who the characters were. That's the only reason I watched it. If they hadn't done that, I would never have watched this movie ever.
Well, and their addition to Once Upon a Time was shit anyway.
It was terrible. Oh, it was so bad. It was horrible. That was kind of when the show started to take a downturn, when they forced Frozen into it.
Yeah, the last 3 seasons were not good.
I just kind of wrote it out just to see how it ended. It was just I've been on the ride this long. I have to see where they end up, and it had a nice ending. You know, it was a nice. It had a nice place. And listen, I will take what's her name who played the queen in that one. I will take her any day of the week. She was fantastic. Oh yeah. Anyway, so loser, desperation. Okay, this boggles my mind. This Incredibles 3 reeks.
What have they done with
of
my
desperation?
franchise?
Because let's be honest, 2 was not a good movie.
No.
One good scene, baby versus raccoon.
Yep.
That I laughed my ass off on that, but the rest of the movie garbage. I don't even remember the rest of the movie.
I really pushed that movie out of my head. I was so distraught and disappointed in how crap that movie was. I love the first Incredibles.
First one is fantastic.
I love that.
First one's a classic.
Second one, they just do Elastigirl so dirty. They're like, she doesn't want to be a mom anymore. Family sucks. She wants to be the hero again. It's like, you were a hero the whole time.
Yeah.
You butchered her character arc. You butchered her. The whole point of the first film is that she elevated family above everything else. And that's what drove her to darn near madness and trying to find Mr. Incredible, which almost got her children killed.
Yeah.
Do they know what they did? Oh, see,
they don't know what they did because the people who did it aren't there anymore.
Ain't that the truth? That's the truth.
Incredibles 3, this is reaching. I mean, and are they going to be smart and age everybody up? Are they going to be smart, age up the family?
No.
No, they're going to keep them as kids. They're going to keep them as PDF file bait for the weirdos out there. So I did not see this coming. Nobody did. And wow, I'm not ready to say loser.
I am.
I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to say bad idea.
Very bad idea.
Bad idea. So I don't know. Yeah.
The second one, you remember it started with them just bitch slapping the underminer, like the big climactic end to the first movie. It's like, oh yeah, that won't shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
they owned him in like 5 minutes, and then
there's an Incredibles video game from that era, which was
Revenge of the Underminer.
Yeah, that was great, and that's what the second movie should have been.
We can't have nice things.
No, so I'm leaning towards loser. Dre says loser, but I'm just gonna say bad idea. I mean, if Disney is hands off on it, it might work. But the fact that they're pushing out here, they're gonna be all over it. We're not gonna have an Inside Out 2 situation where they probably ignored it and just let it happen. They're gonna be all over this. By the way, I've heard that Inside Out is now gonna be a TV series going forward.
And it's over.
That's what I've heard. I believe I saw that. So this is not a good idea. Not a good idea. There it is right there. Inside Out. Disney Plus series. Look at that. That's what I just said. So this is their push for Inside Out. Let's see.
Because that cast might be too expensive for a show.
Into the 5 set between. Oh, it's set between. It's not even a sequel. It's set between Inside Out 1 and Inside Out 2. So all the stuff that you probably didn't get agenda-wise in the movie, they might stick it in here.
Oh no.
They are more willing to be experimental in their TV shows than their movies.
What is there to tell? There's nothing to tell. You're about to ruin it.
Yeah, apparently, yes, Calculator, Drake can confirm it was good.
Yes. I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed that movie. It's agenda free. It's like if you have kids, it's safe for your kids to go and watch and enjoy. And it's just a nice coming of age story about puberty, and they don't do anything profane with it. So I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed it.
But this is a mistake. Why are you telling a story in between your two movies?
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Especially
a movie that's already out.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
we talked about Frozen 3 beating a dead horse. Toy Story 5. I haven't seen anything past Toy Story 2. So
this is good. Past Toy Story 3.
3's really good.
Nope. Toy Story 3 is a good film. Toy Story 3 is good.
100%. And it's a great ending. Like that, it seals off the franchise beautifully. But 4
garbage
is just cringe.
So here we have 5, and it's the toys face off against electronics.
That should have been the last one. And I really wanted to do that.
I've been told that that Woody isn't even there anymore. How is he back?
That's what I got confused with.
I don't think they care about their own continuity. We'll make up some
They
bullshit.
have that Spork thing there. The Spork thing is there.
They'll just make up some bullshit like, oh yeah, he got bored and came home.
Didn't he run away with Bo Peep at the end of the 4th one or something?
That's what I hear. So I'm gonna say loser.
100%.
After I know for a fact that everybody pretty much hated everybody hated Toy Story 4. So why do this? There's no goodwill. You do this when you have goodwill. It's no goodwill. I'm gonna say loser. Loser. This is not.
Who wants to see that? Nobody wanted to see Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And then that movie was not good. I don't care anymore.
Okay. Here we here on this panel had to eat a lot of crow last year.
Oh yeah.
When it came to Avatar 2.
Yep.
I will not bet against Avatar 3.
I think that's a wise bet.
I'm not going to bet against it, but it is like the sign of the apocalypse. This downfall of our society, the fact that these movies make money.
Unspeakable amounts of money.
So we learned our lesson. We are not going to say it's not going to do this because for some reason the normies turn out for this shit.
I don't understand it.
And they flew out James Cameron for this. He showed up on Friday night. I flew 17,000 miles to be here, and I'm glad I'm here to pimp my shit. And
where the fuck did he come from?
I don't know.
17,000 miles.
Dude lives on the fucking moon anyway. I don't know. Maybe he was being hyperbolic. I don't know. The last I checked, the circumference of the globe is not 17,000 miles. More like
it is.
It is. 24. I thought it was 24. Oh, I don't know math. I'm not Asian. Leave me alone. Anyway, flat Earth. Flat Earth. There, I've saved myself. I made myself look even more crazy. But anyway, so all seriousness, I don't think this will do Avatar 2 numbers. I'm not going to say it's going to do. Do you think it's going to do over 2 billion?
I can't say with.
As I'm saying, I can't even bet against it. The only thing I can say is that it's not going to do as well domestically because we saw that with Avatar 2. Domestically, Avatar 2 did not do gangbusters. International made all the daggone money.
It was the international, yeah.
International made all the money. Avatar 1, it was pretty much dead even. It was like $1 billion both ways, national and international.
Yeah.
Locally, that joke did not blow the doors off of nothing. But international numbers were absolutely insane for Avatar 2. So
and they showed concept art of the fire Na'vi and dancing around flames, and I guess I don't know. This thing's gonna be a winner whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bet against it.
I'm not gonna bet again. Because now the overhead is smaller. It's not going to cost as much to make because they already got the technology done with Avatar 2, and they shot they pre-shot a lot of stuff for Avatar 3. So it's going to make its money. I'm not going to bet. We're going to be relegated just be going. I hate that this is winning.
Yep.
That's going to, I could probably tell you that's going to be our response. We hate, like Jed said, that this is a sign of where we are in society, that people show up for the schlock. And what's going to happen? Just like with the first one, just like with the second one, 1 month later, gone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely off the radar.
Who talks about Avatar 2 anymore?
Nobody.
It's soulless. Like it's fine. Like it's not offensive. I'm okay with it getting like $700 to $800 million every time. Like, all right, it's a fun spectacle. People enjoy it, turn their brain off, whatever. But to this scale, I fear for the future of humanity with this scale.
It is just spectacle, and Captain Thieves is right. There is agenda in these movies. There is agenda. It may not be the in-your-face woman is a man is a woman agenda, but
it is human bad though.
Yeah, human bad. Yeah, white man bad too. So we're not going to bet against it. We've learned our lesson, but we don't want it to do well. So I'll say begrudgingly winner. We got anything else here? No, that's it. We go back to the top now real quick. Going from here. Okay, they did a bunch of animation stuff last night, and they revealed what's going to go on with X-Men 97 season 2. We know Bo DeMayo's not there, and I already did my mea culpa on that one. I ate my crow that it turned out to be better, but they're going with Grant Morrison suits for a while in this one, Dre. There we go. That's what I needed.
Look, I already know the second season is already going to take a big hit because once Bo DeMayo got dismissed, they claimed that that he had already written season 2 and that they weren't going to touch anything. Then, I think maybe a month ago, they came out and was like, oh, we're going to be, what's the word they use? Retort, whatever. They're making changes to the script.
No. I don't know.
Some word. I don't know. They made up some word that means that they're burning it to the ground.
Vomit.
And that makes me very nervous because as critical as I was before the show aired, I was proved very wrong, and I was very happy to be proved wrong.
Yeah.
To show that Bo DeMayo had a great deal of respect for what came before, and he didn't inject a whole lot of nonsense. There's a little nonsense here and there, but overall the show was very, very good. And now that Big Daddy Disney is getting their mittens all over it, I can't help but feel that this is going to go south. All I can do is I gotta hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, go wait and see. Wait and see.
Yeah,
But
I just got to hope that I'm wrong and that it's another great season, because now they're doing Age of Apocalypse, which is a very, very risky story arc to try to go through. And you have to be precise, and especially how they was left off with being in two different eras simultaneously. Even if you remove, even if you don't inculcate any of the woke garbage, it's a very, very hard story to pull off. So this can go all types of different directions. I'm just hoping that it's still good, because we need more good
I'm
content.
confused. Didn't they not do a little bit of the Age of Apocalypse story in the original X-Men animated series?
no,
Yes.
not really. Yes,
It was.
no.
It wasn't the Age of Apocalypse, but they just used certain bits and pieces of how that arc went.
Like,
This one they're going full.
Yeah,
they're going full. Yeah, that was part of Days of Future Past, was their Age of Apocalypse, like Days of Future Past type thing.
All right.
This one they're doing full on Ab Sabanor Days of Future Past, Age of Apocalypse, all the way to the Cable Future, where that starts to take place. The Cable Future is where it takes place with that Age of Apocalypse of Days of Future Past. They're doing both of those stories at the same time.
That's gonna be rough.
Is dangerous.
And here's the thing: if they're gonna retool it and change what was written, and now he's not there to direct it anymore, he's not there to show run it. We don't know who's left. We don't know who's left is capable of doing that. Drake can admit we all admitted Bo DeMeo was capable of keeping the show on the rails.
Agreed.
And now, even though I'm told they rushed through a lot of content.
It was don't get it twisted.
Rails. It was high.
The show was a rush job, without question. They were covering story arcs that went maybe about a year and a half in 20 minutes time. So yes, it was a lot of rush stuff. Everything with Mr. Sinister and Madeline Pryor, that was a run of 12 issues. They got it done in 20 minutes. So they succinctly did a lot of stuff, in which, of course, we wanted more time for it to be spread. But for what they did, even though a lot of it was a rush job, it was very enjoyable. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed a lot of it. And now that he's gone, I don't know what's coming next. And how he left the story off is definitely something that he should have been left in his hands. I feel like how he left this story off, he knew what direction he wanted to go in with this Age of Apocalypse storyline. But now that he's gone, and now I'm pretty sure the crazy people have taken over the asylum. I don't know.
What we have here is probably a normal Disney procedure. Something worked, and now that it worked, oh hey, let's note it to death. Let's fully bring it in out of the cold and wrap it up in our nice SJW color.
Yeah. And I have a bad feeling about this, and because that's what they do. They always miss the point. They always miss the point.
Yeah.
The point of this show was, hey, remove the nonsense. Let's keep something genuinely that's from the original show, and everyone's going to show up. Well, people didn't really show up, but nonetheless, this is something that can still maintain quality. Deadpool and Wolverine, they're going to take the wrong message from this movie.
They already have.
Yeah. They're going to take the wrong message. Like, oh, we can just do anything. And now we can just inculcate whatever. No. The stuff that was good is why people showed up. So I don't know what's going on, but I have a gut feeling that they're gonna ruin it. But hopefully, I don't have to be that skeptical when it comes out.
Yeah. Well, I hope for your sake it holds up for people who liked it. So I hope
it
holds up. But they have more animation. They have this Spider-Man show they've been dancing around for a year, letting out. It's an Elseworlds. You could have Black Norman Osborn.
You could turn that off.
And Marvel Zombies. I mean, What If Season 3, all kinds of garbage. Losers. All of them losers. Everyone losers. All right, now last part, theme park stuff. We're not theme park stuff. We are not. I mean, Jed hangs out with theme park people, but we're not. I don't have much of this, but I can give oops. No, I don't want to do that. I can give my initial response. So people like Coco, I'm told.
The heck is Coco?
Some Mexican.
Oh, the Mexicans.
Yeah. So they're adding an attraction like this, going to be Haunted Mansion-esque, they're saying, to the ride. They're adding a new ride. Now, they suddenly announced a bunch of rides. It's all announcements with just concept art. So we got this. This is Disneyland. This is Disneyland, not World. It's in California.
Oh.
So it's a different. So it's the one that people generally don't go to. Then they've got they're doing more Avatar stuff,
of course,
and Lion King in Paris. They're making an animatronic Walt Disney. Now here, they should be worried about this one. They should be worried about it because that's a host body, and Walt can possess it, and then go on a robot rampage and destroy them. What have you done? What have you commie sons of bitches done to my company?
Agreed.
I would like to see that.
I'm
all in.
Same here.
I retract my trepidation. Let's do it.
I want to see Walt possess his animatronic body and just go on a Terminator rampage and destroy the company. So you commie bastards, what did you do?
I'll draw the pentagram.
Exactly. Do it.
So they got that coming. Tiana's Bayou Adventure officially opens. All right, Jed, we have seen Drunk 3PO talk about how this thing has never worked. It never works. And it's officially opening. So disaster. They're adding Indiana Jones and Encanto to the Animal Kingdom area in Disney World.
Encanto. The magic Mexicans. Got it.
The magic Mexicans with the powers and all the whammons.
Yeah.
And,
that movie was dumb.
We don't talk about Bruno, that shit.
Yeah, like the song with the strong girl was cool. I like that song.
Yeah.
That movie was dumb.
Surface Pressure.
Yeah, Pressure. Yeah. I like that song. That song was decent.
So they're adding that. I mean, these are all announcements. All announcements. Cars is getting Cars. Have you guys been hungry for more Cars?
I lost interest after the second film.
I like the first one. I never watched the second one.
Yeah, I saw the first movie.
Yeah,
because I remember I was at Lucky Strike in Chinatown. That's where that joke was being aired. Yeah.
We've got Monsters Inc. roller coaster. Sure. I mean,
it's not really relevant anymore. I love the original Monsters Inc., but
yeah, Monsters Inc. is great.
Then here's the capper. Villains Land is being added to Disney World.
This is a measuring contest now. Okay, because Universal Studios is getting a Dark Universe.
Because of the universe.
Now we're coming back to what I said earlier. Yeah. Suddenly, we're going to announce that Epic Universe getting ready to take another slice of the pie. Here comes Villains Land, where you're going to get all the classic Disney villains in their world where they won, I guess. I don't know. Listen, who is clamoring for this? I got to ask. Who is clamoring?
No, nobody. But they know that Universal's is building something pretty dope, which Dre will be at next year. I will be going to Florida for that joint. I will be doing that. That joint sounds like it's going to be dope.
Now, our friend Samuel Infamous, or I think it was Samuel Infamous that said it last night on the pub, or the other night on the pub. He said, I don't want to be conspiracy theorists or go too crazy, or maybe I forget who it was. Maybe it was Mr. Grant Gregory. I don't remember. There was a lot of donuts. It's all hazy. Somebody said they're just announcing all this shit because they know World War III is going to come and they won't have to follow up and do it. Just announcing shit. They're just announcing. Listen, here's the problem. This is all. Most of this, a good half of this, maybe 2/3 of this, is Disney World announcements. That's Florida, where they don't have their sweetheart deal anymore.
Well, they don't.
That shit is gonna cost money, and I wasn't necessarily part of it today, but I'm gonna bring it up because Disney needs a lot of money for the simple fact that they may have to pay Comcast another $5 billion for Hulu.
Really?
When all said and
done. That hasn't been closed yet?
Yeah. It's not done.
Good.
It's not done. I mean, before D23, we were going to talk about possibly the fiscal quarter phone call. Stuff we had that, but they quietly hit this article on Variety that even though the Disney streaming services now, because they're all, it's not Disney Plus, it's Disney streaming, Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus, made $47 million. Wow, what a profit! Yay! They still have to pay Comcast $5 billion probably.
So here's the kicker, and I saw the video that you posted in regards to that.
Yeah.
The whole point is that Disney Plus made nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus made less than nothing.
None.
Hulu is the only thing that's holding that streaming together. And the idea that's like, oh, look, we're winning. No, you're not. You're not.
Nope.
It's fake. It's oh my goodness. It is putting the veil over your eyes and hoping and praying that you're not getting railed from behind. This is what this is.
So they need money.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to build all this shit, it's going to cost them 5 arms and 5 legs to build it in Florida now. They don't have the deals. They probably have the room. They don't have anything.
They have the space, but yeah, it's going to cost them a godless amount of money on top of all their money that they're losing in every other aspect of Disney. There's no department of Disney that I can think of that is even making a profit, let alone enough to justify its existence.
And Bob Iger even said in the call, "Yeah, expect we're going to lose money on the parks this next quarter. It's going to happen. Sorry, guys."
Which is bad because that's the only thing that's sort of keeping them afloat.
You say it no better way. That's what kept them afloat during the woke era. Why they kept putting the woke guys up, because the parks kept putting the money in there. And that's it. That's everything. They announce other shit. And
there's the Fantastic Four stuff as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Where was that? Oh, you know what? We didn't go down far enough. I'm sorry. You're right, Jed.
They didn't release anything real. It's mostly leaks,
yeah.
So
Leaks.
It's not anything we could really show. But Dre, I just need his.
I can show a picture. Let me get the. You got the pictures? Oh, you have them?
No, I don't have them.
Oh, all right. I'll get them. All right, let me get them. You're right. Sorry, we got so caught up in everything. Let's get the Johnny Storm outfit or the group outfit. We see Johnny Storm, and while you do that, I'm going to get the Red Hulk. We forgot to talk. I mean, I was going down. I was using this for my list. Thanks IGN for not covering Black Falcon, Captain America, and Fantastic Four. While Jed gets it though, real quick, Jay Fraser 360 for 5 British pounds. Hail Roundtable, except for Daredevil Born Again. Every D23 announcement is DOA. Dre, I recommend Vaughn Coleman for your Indie Corner series. Hashtag Iron Age. Yes. Yes, I believe.
All right, I'll look into him.
I think he's ex-Comicsgate. If I remember correctly.
Is he?
Might be.
I'll look into it.
His name sounds familiar to me from my Comicsgate days. All right, so Jed, do you have it?
I'm struggling. DMC claims have been taken out a lot on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't even know if we should show.
You know what? All right. Let me give it a real quick try myself. Let me see if I can find just a quick picture of the Johnny Storm. I will say this though. They did put out. They put out, or they had us listen to it. It's publicly available, so it's not so much a leak or anything. But the Fantastic Four soundtrack. It's gay.
You said soundtrack.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Normally, I like a lot of his stuff, but on the composer's stuff. But I'm looking at that thinking,
I got schooled about stuff he made, and I said, yeah, some of that's good, but some of it's crap. And at the very end, it's Fantastic Four. At the end, it's gay.
Wait, and this will take place in the 60s?
Yeah, well, alternate reality 60s.
Oh, so no.
There it is. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Probably
all right, so hopefully.
Have you seen any of these, Dre? Any of these pictures?
No, I didn't see any
pictures. Oh, that's really small.
You have the classroom picture?
Okay, it's been deleted, but I have it right here I have it on Google thing. So this is the best I can show it for you. Maybe this one. Let me see if this one works. There we go. All right, here. Let's open this another image tab. It's a side by side, but it's the best one I can get. So I'll zoom in a bit. Okay, so I did remember now. There was something in my mind saying I remember I said on Friday I can't wait to show this to Dre because I guarantee he hasn't seen it because you like a good person you were asleep at that god awful hour.
I hope I was.
And here is basically what their uniforms are going to look like. At least Johnny Storm's, and we're going to look this real quick here.
Them's pajamas.
Yeah. Break up the blue here and have something on the shoulders to break it up.
So they got that boy in thermals. What are we doing? Who do we do?
I'm gonna take it down real quick, so I don't want to leave it up too long.
Yeah.
But and there's like a group here. Oh, here's the group pick. Here's a better look at it.
Spacesuits.
Not spacesuits. You're gonna get to see Pedro's porn stash here.
Oh no.
Yeah, Pedro just does not look good.
What the?
I don't know what's going on.
All right, Dre. There's an actual trailer that was shown at Comic-Con. We obviously can't show it, but
Of course.
I want to get your reaction on one aspect of it. I told Adam about this from the trailer. This is why I wanted to do this show with you, Dre. I needed to hear your reaction to this.
Mhm.
So, in the comic books, do you know why Mr. Fantastic is called Mr. Fantastic? I don't know the answer. I just want to know if...
So originally, why he was called Mr. Fantastic, it was used as a joke because he always has the answers and all the things that he's able to accomplish. So it's a running gag.
Mhm.
But once he gets all these other, stretching and all other abilities in the 60s, that they just used it as a coronation of how great he is. That's mainly
that makes sense in the context of the Fantastic Four. Well, are you excited for in the movie? He gets it because he runs a cable network television show where he's basically Bill Nye the Science Guy, and it's called Fantastic Science with Mr. Fantastic.
Dear God.
Am I in the Twilight Zone?
What? I've seen the footage. I've seen the footage. He's in a classroom. There's a big sign that says Fantastic Science with Mr. Fantastic, and he's got a lab coat on. He's drawing on his chalkboard. He's teaching these kids about science, and that's how he gets the name.
2005 is calling me.
I don't want to live on this planet.
This movie's
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'm done.
How about this? Red Hulk.
God in Christ.
You have to show that right before my bedtime.
I see why the budget. I know where the money didn't go. This is where the money didn't go. Christ.
They learned nothing. They learned anything. All right. This is D23. They might put out a little extra day. What I will note that no announcement of Acolyte Season 2. Keep crying, Stans. Keep crying. Although renew the Acolyte stuff clearly hasn't worked yet. Anyway, so D23. We had one winner, Daredevil. Potential winner. Everything else, some couple TBDs to be determined, and everything else a loser. Disney has no chance. No chance at all. All right, that's it. We're done. I got nothing else. We ran the whole list. We ran the whole list. So, all right. Let's say our farewells and be on our way. Jed, what's going on this week?
Nothing. You can all find me on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar. Just regularly scheduled live streams as books are consuming my life. Writing is consuming my life. But there is the one stream Saturday Night Drive-In, which Adam will talk about.
Okay. Dre.
So this should be an interesting week, to say the least. So tomorrow we will be dropping a video on actually part of the things we talked about today about Daredevil Born Again. And is this joint going to live up to the expectations of the original? Only time will tell. This week also, new Pokemon battle going to be on my DeBrute Plays YouTube channel. Definitely check that out. And also, if any news is dropping on Friday, I will be dropping a video then on the Brutal Playing Comics YouTube channel. Follow me on X Twitter, DeBrute00. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Dragon Lady.
Hopefully trying to get rid of this tiny little cough that's annoying me at the moment on my on my throat. So hopefully I'll be back better this time next week.
Okay, all right. As for myself, tomorrow we're done with House of the Dragon, thank God, so I don't have to read that shit anymore. Mel Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, where we will try and have a nice, relaxing stream, although I know I'm purposely going to make Samuel angry because we're going to call it Dragon Age: The Veilguard and that horror show that's likely to come. Other stuff, who knows what's going to go on there. We try to be chill. Rest of the week, we're going to see what the internet provides. I have no real plans. I am going to endeavor to do the Dragon Age Origins stream on Renaissance Road Arcade this Thursday. I'm going to endeavor to start it. It has to start. Got to get it going. We're promising it for a month. We'll get that going. So tune in for that. I'll let you guys know when that's going to happen. Other than that, Ballbusters Friday. Saturday Night Drive-In this week, little early, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be watching The Mask of Zorro.
My favorite film.
I said the 24th to be early.
24th. Oh.
So it's this week, 17th.
This week's normal. This week's normal. Okay. I'm old.
Is it my favorite film?
Okay, we're normal this week then. Sorry. We're normal this week. Normal this week, 6 p.m. Eastern. Mask of Zorro, Antonio Banderas, Sir Anthony Hopkins, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Just a little fun. Just a little fun from the 90s when things used to be fun. And then we'll be right back here next week, 2 p.m. Eastern, for more roundtable goodness. I am sure the internet will provide, as it always does. So until then, we thank you all for being here, each and every one of you. We do not get to do this without your support. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channels, watch the videos. That's what we really need. We need you to watch those videos. Watch those videos. Let us know what you think. Leave comments, and we will see you guys next week. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night or day, whatever you may be.